Okay, hold on. Sorry, my camera's all messed up. Let me replug it real quick. I forgot I forgot my lights were off. Hold on. Okay. Apparently I was speaking too much truth. This is truth central. Damn, that really sucks. I was on a roll. So I lost power. Like literally I was talking and everything just shut off. And I'm just sitting in here in the dark and I'm like, did Israel do that? Did Israel do that? Was I speaking too much truth? And like suddenly I had to be stopped. Like honestly, when it happened, in my brain, the first thing I thought was like there was someone with a huge lever, like a big lever, and they're like, shut her down, shut her down. Like she's speaking too much truth. Shut her down. Yeah. So sorry about that. I mean, there's like literally nothing I could have done about that. So it's a little unfortunate. Let's see here. Monetization. Okay, but yeah, please like the stream and get us going again. I appreciate that very, very much. Yeah, I mean, really like, I, I guess that's just one of those things when your power just randomly goes out. You, you just die or something. I don't know. I'm still convinced the government bricked my phone a couple months ago. Yeah, I feel that. Razomir, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I really appreciate that. Sorry I didn't catch it before the last stream exploded. And yeah, sorry about that. But yes, that is yeah. I'm gonna wait for people before I start really getting back into politics. I'm gonna wait for people to start pulling, like coming back in here. Um, man, we had such a good number of people in the stream. Like for real, we had we had so many people. I honestly like I try not like I hate that restream forces me to see how many people are watching. Like I prefer not to see how many people are watching me, but like honestly, like I don't have like much of a choice um when it comes to restream. It just like forces me to see the number. Trump blocking wind and solar did that. Yeah, yeah. Like there's not enough like we had like we're having like the energy crisis is starting right now. Like we have run out of oil and gas right now. And anyway, so Indigo Crow, Northwind Poet, Eve, Nana Brains, Economic Prisoner, and Winter. Thank you all for coming back. Thank you for being a part of this and for yeah. Yeah, no, I mean like we are under a third of what we were at viewership wise like not too long ago. I mean, it might build back up. It might build back up, but I have a feeling that the algorithm is going to be really weird since I like streamed and it abruptly ended and then I started streaming again like right after. It kind of makes me think that it's probably not going like the second half of this stream is probably going to do really poorly. That just tends to be what the algorithm does. Like it doesn't like if you post a bunch of content back to back, the first thing you post will get a lot of attention, but then everything after that will consecutively get less attention. Sputnik, welcome back. Ordance, welcome back. Thank you everyone for popping back in here. I'm really sorry about that yet again. Just want to say I lost power. I was sitting here, I was super into it. I was ranting. I was like I was making such a good point. I was so based and I was too based. Like I was so based that I like a massive field of energy blasted off of me and I ended up disrupting the power infrastructure in my. Hope I don't lose power with the bad weather I'm having too. Yeah, the weather's pretty bad over here. It's been super windy, and not only has it been windy, but like it was 70 degrees yesterday. It was 71 degrees yesterday, and today it is 27 degrees. The temperature drop has been wild. Lil Smalls, welcome back. Thank you. Fun fact, your dead name is my name. Oh wow. Thank you for you didn't have to share that. Um, I don't want you to feel like uncomfortable or anything, but that's interesting. That must be kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, when I meet people with my dead name, uh, it feels really weird to hear people say my dead name, but like I also find it kind of nice because like the more people I know with my dead name, the more I can disconnect myself from the dead name and attribute it to like other people. Especially because like my dead name is not a common name. It's actually a pretty uncommon name. And so like I associated my dead name with myself so intensely because I was the only person that I knew in my own personal life with that dead name other than like my uncle. And yeah, it's kind of wild actually. Um Here, I'm trying to find this interview with Alex Cart, the Palantir oh gosh, the Palantir CEO. I'm trying to find that interview where he admits that like the goal of his technology is to uh disenfranchise liberal women. But I can't find like I can't find it. I'm like trying to find it, but I can't find it. I honestly I feel like I may end up having to go to freaking. Oh, wait, I think I found it, I think I found it. Hold on. Comments are turned off. That is so funny. The comments are turned off on Palantir's YouTube channel. Like, oh my god. It just hearing Indigo Crow was weird because one of my friends plays a Kenku crow race named Indigo in one of my campaigns. Oh, that's interesting. That's cool. Um, No, it's all good. Okay, cool. Konnichiwa, welcome back, Lethal Sub. I woke up to a tornado warning this morning. Unfortunately, I failed to finish the job. Oh boy. Um. Oh, there you are. Hey there, aloha. Welcome. Haven't met anyone with my dead name yet. Oh, interesting. Hi, y'all. I just got home from work. Welcome, Gwen. I come bearing whimsy. Welcome, Acacia. Right? Is that right? Is that right? Did I get it right? I think that was right. I want to believe that I was right. Anyway, thank you all for popping back in. Unfortunately, I lost power a few minutes ago and we had a stream with like 60 people that has now dropped to like 25 people. If you don't mind hitting the like button just to help push us back up to potentially maybe having more people here and viewing and stuff, that would be super awesome. I would love that and appreciate that, and I would appreciate that a lot. Perfectly right. Yes. A leafy one, welcome. That's a cute username. And Grace, welcome. Happy to have you all here. Sorry, Grace, I saw in the Discord. I'm so sorry that they used some like lotion or what was it? Like they used some kind of like salve or something on your skin after laser and you're like allergic to it. That must be terrible. Like honestly, after laser, my skin always felt horrendous for a couple days. And then like, oh, oh, that must have been rough. I'm so sorry. Yeah, that must be really unpleasant. Alting videos, hi Leah and community, welcome. Happy to have you here. I feel like you questioning your pronunciation of Acacia has become a running gag. It's just like I try to remember like when people's usernames are not the name they want me to use, I always get really paranoid that I'm gonna say the wrong name because like that would be like so embarrassing. It's like your teacher, like your name is Brittany, and your teacher's like, Susan, and you're like, we need a love button, lol. Aw, my face feels like it's covered in fire made out of wool. Oh, that must be rough. I'm so sorry. I hope it gets better for you soon. Let's just hope. Um, I I did want to say that like I know I look a little scruffy, and that's because I have laser or not laser. Sorry, I have electrolysis tomorrow. I've been getting electrolysis on a near weekly basis, and it has been incredible. I know I won't talk about it too much because I know this is the news and politics stream, but, like, holy mother, like, I am loving getting electrolysis, and honestly, like, making really good progress on it. Like, it's like I haven't shaved in, like, a week, and, like, I know it's noticeable, like, I know you can see it, but it's, like, way less noticeable than it would have been before. Like, before it would have been like, boom, but now it's like, you can barely see it. So that's cool. I'm excited to continue getting electrolysis. I really, really am thankful for that technology. I think that it is pretty amazing. I won't talk about transition stuff too much. I have been thinking about certain things. So, like, like, I did I really, really quick programming sort of stuff before we get back to the politics. I did want to say I am sort of changing my streaming schedule very slightly. I'm not really changing it, but I'm just changing the formatting of it. Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to be doing news and politics. So I will be doing news and politics every Monday and every Wednesday. I've had this issue, like, I wanna get at least 1 video out a week, and if anything, I would love to get, like, maybe 2 videos out a week sometimes. But the issue is that, like, if I stream only news and politics on Monday and I, like, fail to record a video because I get stun locked or because, like, I get, like, distracted by something, then it really, like, it kinda fucks everything up, you know? So what I'm hoping to do is I'm hoping to essentially, my brain just stopped working. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do news and politics on Monday and Wednesday, and Friday will be like, I know Friday has always just been like a casual, just chatting stream, but I think that uh, it's one of those things where oh my gosh, my brain keeps derailing. I keep trying to read chat while I talk, and, like, I'm trying not to usually, I'm either reading chat or I'm talking, and I'm trying to do this thing where I read chat while I talk to try to keep up on chat more, and it is not working. It's making my brain, like, it's so hard to keep your thoughts straight while you're reading something. I wish I could boost videos and streams more because there's a bunch of creators I watch that deserve much more, like you. Aw, thank you. Well, I mean, liking the video, I think that the hype function is actually pretty useful. So definitely hype the stream if that is even an option. I don't even know if that's an option on my stuff. But, like, yeah, when you watch my videos, when you watch my streams, definitely hit that hype button, like the button, subscribe, bell for notifications, and comment. Do all that, and that is, like, maximally helpful. But fun fact, electrolysis was invented in 1875. Wow, that is interesting. That is a long time ago. I'm gonna have to look that up because that seems like a really interesting, like, I wanna know what the first version of electrolysis looked like. That sounds wild. Heading off to bed, just wanted to say thank you for all you do for the community. Aw, Shelly, thank you so much. I do my best. I know I'm not perfect. I know uh I'm not covering every single news story, and I'm not covering everything that happens, and it makes me feel bad because I wish I could. But yes, there is, thank you. I try my best. I wanna try to do better, honestly. But yeah, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by even for just a minute. All the trans creators I watch have never had the hype button there. Damn, that sucks. I wonder what you have to do to get the hype button. Like, when does that appear? I don't even know. Well, anyway, so basically the only thing I wanted to mention was just that, yeah, Monday and Wednesdays will be the news and politics streams. So we will be doing 2 of those every week from now on. Just so people are aware. The Wednesday gaming streams are probably dead in the water. Like, maybe I'll do gaming streams on certain Fridays, but Fridays will be either just chatting or gaming or something. Like, it'll be off topic to news and politics just so that we have, a little bit of a reprieve from it. And also, like, you know, I sort of, like, talk about everything all the time anyway, so it's, I don't know if it really matters. The first version of most things come from older times seem to be consistently terrifying. Yes, yes, I know. Like, I love looking at old medical technology because it literally looks like most old medical technology nowadays looks like a torture device. Like, it looks like something you would do if you're trying to inflict insane amounts of physical and mental harm on someone. And, like, I find that, like, endlessly fascinating. Um, like back in the day, it was viewed as uh cutting edge and it's just but nowadays we look back on it, it's like you were literally just screwing you were literally just screwing into someone's skull or something. Like it's like unbelievably brutal. And honestly, like I have a strong feeling that that's how we're going to view like surgery and stuff. Like if you have never watched a knee replacement surgery, don't, because it's horrific, and also it's like it looks so brutal. Like honestly, like when you watch a knee replacement, it's like holy crap, is this really like a modern technology? Like how can that be real? Because it just looks so bad. It looks so bad. It looks like you're trying to like destroy someone's leg. The original purpose of the chainsaw being to assist a child. Wait, is that real? Or dance, is that real? Was the chainsaw? Oh my god. Like, that is real. Google it if no trust. No, I trust you enough to just buy it. I it sounds like a very when it's women's health, they're like, "Huh, we have a hard time getting these babies out sometimes. So, I think a good idea might be if I invent this chainsaw and like we can just cut them in half and then the baby's going to come right out." Like, boom, like that is literally like how men approach women's health. Is like, well, clearly, if you just take a chainsaw and cut them in half, like, labor becomes a lot easier. Uh, and like, that's so funny. I just watched a video. Like, I don't know if anyone watches I Did a Thing, but I Did a Thing made a video where like an old device that was designed for childbirth, where you put a woman on like you strap her to like a wood board, and then you spin it extremely fast at like 10 Gs so that the baby like shoots out of the womb at insane velocities, and it like instantly kills the baby and the woman if you based on like the force. like they used crash test dummies, obviously, but like sheesh. Common myth, if not true. It's probably true. I mean, I would believe it, honestly. Yay, back online. I'm back at the beginning part of watching X2 to catch up. Well, thank you for doing that. And also welcome back to everyone who's just now showing up. I am so sorry I lost power earlier. And I was like literally just like I was so into the stream and I was so in the pocket, and then the power just like and I was like, did I get too base? Did everyone just like did the government did someone from the government just be like, "Shut her down," you know? I've seen a video on bottom surgery, OMG. Oh, I bet that is, like, I don't think I could watch that without fainting, probably. Like, that's woo! I would not wanna like, honestly, ignorance is bliss in terms of that, like, sorta thing. Like, if you want bottom surgery, I probably would not watch I probably would not watch it. The same thing with, like, FFS. Like, I would never watch an FFS video because, like, that is, like, horrifying. Like, part of FFS, they peel your face off of your skull. Like, that is not something I wanna see. That's a Looney Tunes birth? Yeah, yeah, go if you watch I Did a Thing, he made a really funny video about it, and I really recommend people check that out if they're interested in watching a funny video about old medical technology. I've seen a video on top surgery, it wasn't that bad. Top surgery actually seems like one of the more tame, like implants, like skin level or like under the skin level surgical implants are pretty tame nowadays, actually. Like that is true. Like you get a little slit and then they just sort of like slide it in and stitch you back up, and it's really not much more complicated. It is a little more complicated than that, but it's like not much more complicated than that, to be honest. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's true. It's probably why the recovery is actually not as brutal as it is for other surgeries as well. I'll wait for until after my own surgeries before seeing. Yeah, an HRT animation showing cells changing and sped up time would be beautiful. Oh, that would be so cool. How you going? I like that guy. Who? Wait, what? I hope I got the quote right. I haven't watched him in a long time. Oh, the I did a thing guy. I don't know if that's like a quote that he uses in his videos. I'm really bad at noticing that stuff like that, but okay, well, we're gonna start talking about politics again. So anyway, we'll talk about more trans lifestyle stuff on Friday. I do have actually some thoughts. One of my friends just got FFS, and I wanted to share my thoughts about it. Um, it'll be an interesting conversation on Friday. I'm sorry. I'm like trying not to. I want to have the conversation, but I don't want to have the conversation right now because it doesn't fit the stream. Okay. He always says it at the start. Oh, okay. I don't even no, not politics again. I'm sorry. It's Monday and Wednesday. It's gonna be the theme of it. But I'm trying to find this quote from the Palantir CEO. Ooh, Freddie went to the litter box and it is stinky. I'm proud of you, Freddie. Thank you for using the litter box. That's really, really great of you. You didn't shit all over the floor. That's amazing. You're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Every time he uses the litter box, I gotta like be like, "Good job, you made it. You didn't just randomly realize you have to poop, and then it just like expels out of you like a like a large. It's like the large. It's like the Hadron Collider. Like his butt is like a particle accelerator. That's actually a really funny way to describe that. I'm probably gonna. So Freddie is smarter than Trump. Yes, Freddie sometimes poops in the correct place, which is more than Trump can say. He's always pooping his pants. He is always pooping his pants. Ooh, Fred, you are stinky. You smell like you just took a big poop because you did, and it smells really bad. Not this topic while I'm eating. I'm sorry. My bad. I will get off of that. Um oh, I played a soundboard thing, but I had the sound off.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so my bad. Try to get off of that topic there. Fran, I love you. I love you. Okay, this Palantir CEO stuff. I wish, honestly, I wish I had a chatter. No, I'm not saying anyone needs to do this. This is not me telling anyone to do this. But you know how like some content creators just like bring up something? They're like, "Hey, have you heard about this?" And then within like 30 seconds, someone has like linked the video in chat. Honestly, totally wish I had that because it would be so convenient to be like, "Have you all heard about this?" And then like not need to
Arrow is
hunt
smart.
down
The
the clip
institution he
live on
represents is
stream.
the best in the world.
I guess I could have looked this up. Oh, sorry, forgot that I forgot to remute the system sounds. I would if I had seen the video. Oh, you're good. Too much effort for you're fine. I'm just trying to find. Check the link. Check the link. What link? Did you DM it to me on Discord? Or what do you mean? You can't share links on YouTube. You have to share them either you have to either DM it to me in Discord or you have to send it on Twitch. Those are the only options. Thank you all for liking the stream by the way and for pushing us back up into the algorithm and stuff and things. I'll DM you. Okay. This is like a 17-minute interview. Oh, this guy is so dumb. I'm sorry. I'm just like struggling to listen to the Palantir CEO. Oh, it's an Instagram reel. That's probably a lot more convenient. Oh, why didn't I think about that? Why did I not think to look it up on Instagram. Okay, let me pop over to this. I'm just gonna assume it's the right link. So I'm gonna do that streamer thing where it's like, if this isn't right, then I'm gonna look like really dumb. But it's fine. I don't care. Let's see here. Yeah, this guy is like beyond stupid. Where's how do I unmute it? Oh.
That I think even now is
Oh.
underestimated by all actors in industry, and including in Silicon Valley, is how disruptive these technologies are. If you are going to disrupt the economic and therefore political power significantly of one party space, highly educated, often female voters who vote mostly Democrat, and military and working class people who do not feel supported, and you feel like you believe that that's going to work out politically, you're in an insane asylum. Like, that you cannot have it. This technology disrupts humanity's trained, largely Democratic voters, and makes their economic power less, and increases the economic power of vocationally trained, working class, often male voters, and so
Might have gotten away with it, too. If it wasn't for these blasted kids and their dogs.
What? How can you be that stupid? I'm so sorry. Like I genuinely cannot understand how you can say this shit out loud and be like, are you serious? Like let me just he's literally doing the thing of like you know how like in movies bad guys always like tell you their evil plan right before they like try to like end the world or whatever, like, well, before I complete my evil plan, allow me to let you in on what I'm about to accomplish. Like he's literally doing that. He's literally like, let me cue you in about my evil plan. You're not going to be alive to hear to see it out, but yes. You know, like, oh my gosh, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, what a loser. This technology disrupts humanity's brain, largely democratic voters, and makes their economic power less, and increases the economic power of vocational trade. And it's like, and he's not even saying political power. He's saying economic power, which is clearly like in his brain, they're both the same thing. Like economic power and political power are literally like the same thing in his brain. Like he uses it obviously interchangeably. Oh, you sly dog, you caught me monologuing. Like, oh no, I said the thing I'm not supposed to say out loud, and someone heard it. Darn it. So you see, very large bags of money will make people say anything. Yeah. Worst Bond villain ever. Bro's trying to be the villain so bad, except that he is. True. I wonder if Carp and Teal share the same brain cell. I do that with all my tricky plans and schemes. Yeah. Thanks, Citizens United. What's even the technology? Palantir spyware? Yeah, M68 Ken, welcome to the stream. And yes, that is what he's talking about. He's talking about Palantir surveillance tech. Like essentially like the AI surveillance tech that he's developing is supposed to be a disruptive to like educated liberal white women and empowering to vocationally trained men, I guess. Like like I'll be honest with you, like I don't even know how that makes sense. Like, okay, let me be very clear. On its face alone, surveillance technology doesn't do anything. Like, right? Like that's obvious, right? Like if you have surveillance technology, like it surveils people, it doesn't actually do anything with that information, right? Like the reality is that like what he's admitting is that the technology is giving them the power to do this. Like he's not saying that the technology is just automatically going to disenfranchise democratic voters, which honestly it probably might be able to if they add in a bunch of AI elements to it. But the the fundamental technology that they are working on is surveillance technology, and the outcomes are all based on what people do with that technology. Like, if you have surveillance technology and then you, like, you use it to surveil people, that doesn't necessarily necessitate that you're, like, disenfranchising some people and empowering other people. Like, they're basically what I'm saying is that they're admitting that they're going to use this technology to attack, disenfranchise, and disempower liberals and people on the left or whatever. And they're going to use the technology to they're gonna use the technology to empower white males as if they don't already have enough of that. Now the gals ain't gonna have anything to do with community build and run for office. Is he stupid? He is stupid, actually. I think I'm very behind or something. No, I think you're probably caught up. It sounds like you're caught up. Um, Palantir is weird. It isn't actual technology, just abusing tech infrastructure to control people. Okay. Palantir isn't technology, it's abuse of taxpayer-funded infrastructure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, NSA has existed for a long time. Like people are wrong if they think that Palantir is like new technology. Like, surveillance technology has been around for a long time, and not only has it been developed using privacy, um basically invading on the privacy of American citizens, but also Palantir technology was trained during the genocide of the Palestinians, which is still ongoing, obviously. But, like, they at the edges of Gaza, they had, like, facial recognition cameras mounted to miniguns that were trained using the lives of Palestinians to be able to, like, accurately recognize different kinds of people or whatever. And so, they're like, this is like technology developed with the blood of Palestinians and the privacy of American citizens. It's not like they did not do anything uh actually technologically innovative or anything. Like, they are literally just using essentially the infrastructure that was developed with NSA and everything, and privatizing it and using it in combination with AI to create, like, this monstrosity of human rights abuses. They're seeking to limit the ways that communities and grassroots orgs and movements communicate and plan. Yeah, it sounds like probably what they're planning. Um, I don't know if the fact that he's very evil but also very stupid makes him more or less dangerous. Probably more dangerous. Did you see the age verification stuff they got? I believe they can send Amazon delivery drones to people's houses to burn up their signs. Oh, wow. It is a consolidation of power through gentrification and coercive control over access to the internet and how we are able to engage in content create. COSA S-230 sundown attack on our rights. Yeah. I'm sure that it's gonna probably have something to do with the fact that, like algorithmically Palantir technology is going to allow them to uh disempower people who are speaking the truth. I'm not sure what people expected from a company named after the lost seeing stones used by Sauron and Saruman. Yeah, I know. Like, huh, a company named after evil is evil? Like, they're like, yeah, like, they're not even pretending, right? Like, they're basically like, we have developed a new company, and we thought long and hard about what to name it, and we decided that a really cool name um would be oh my god, why am I blanking on this so hard? I'm, like, literally trying to remember the name of, oh my lord Jesus. I can't why can't I remember this name? Oh, whatever. Whatever. Anyway, thank you all for liking the stream. Please continue to like the stream to help us get back to where we were. Linktree is pinned in both chats if you are interested in the links. Pork found in kitchen. I think he is like Rick Sanchez, but no intelligence, zero charisma. Yeah. There are some meshnet devices that people can use to theoretically replicate the functionality of the internet outside of the bonds of current ISPs, but only if people put up mesh nodes. Sassy, I'm not gonna lie, I trust you. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I don't even, I'm so not not intellectually, technologically knowledgeable. Like, I have no idea what that meant. That was all Greek to me. Palantir isn't even original, just like their name. Yeah, exactly. It would be ironic if Peter Thiel got digital immortality, but his digital essence was turned into a Sukamon or a Numamon. Yeah, like they finally craft the digital immortality, and like they just turn into Digimon basically. I would have named my surveillance software Sentinel. I would have named it like Big Brother or something. Like, you can always trust your big bro, right? 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 No, I'm, like, actually really frustrated I couldn't remember that name earlier. The reason why I tried to set up the joke and stretched out the setup of the joke for as long as I did was because I spent the entire time trying to remember the name that I was trying to remember, and I'm not even gonna lie, I can't even at this point remember what I was trying to remember. Like, I don't even remember, like, the concept of the name that I was trying to remember, which is really unfortunate. I don't even, it was gonna be a funny joke, but it's fine. It's fine. Bigotry is strong, but gay is stronger. That is so true. Might add that one of the CEOs wasn't even born here, yet has too much control over politics. True. Palantir won a contract with the UK Health Service. Trans people on the NHS have been asking their doctors not to share their info. Oh, that's really messed up. They got a contract with the UK Health Service. Oh God. We have finished creating the Torment Nexus from the futuristic novel Don't Invent the Nightmare Nexus. Let's turn it on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly like what this shit basically is, honestly. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
What are you doing? Making a mistake. Making a mistake.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Um Yeah, we've actually developed a box named Pandora. It's this new exciting technology. It's just a box, and it's called Pandora's box. And we're going to open it. We're going to go ahead and pop that right open and enjoy the end of the world. Hey. Got my first woman's shirts today. Oh, that's awesome. I think it's interesting how European countries pretend to oppose Trump, but also feed their state secrets into Palantir. Yeah, I know. Well, not all European countries, to be clear, but it is definitely a larger than it should be. Well, honestly, like, this is one of those things. Like, people, the nothing ever happens. People, like, honestly, there is a little bit of some truth to that, in the sense that, like everyone remembers Mark Carney's speech, right? With the World Economic Forum, when he went up there and he gave that speech that basically said, like, yo, the United States is cooked and we need to hop off that train, and like, um like, the time of US hegemony and imperialism is over, or whatever. But then the second that we started the Iran war, Mark Carney was like, "Oh, actually, this is base, and we support America and stuff." And it's like, okay, so, like, did you actually mean any of that bullshit that you just said, or like, are you just like it's so hard to understand. Like, I don't know. It just it, they are trying to divest from the U.S. tech somewhat, but Canada, UK, and I think some others have all have contracts with Palantir. Carney owns Palantir stock too. Yeah, I know, and like, that's what I'm saying, is that, like, Carney is a banker. You can never trust bankers. No, yes, I mean, like, Carney is a neo-lib, uh, World Economic Forum banker guy. Like, he is a part of the problem, not the solution. And honestly, like, that's one of the unfortunate parts about the most recent Canadian election, is that, like, yes, they avoided a far right leader, but also they got like another do nothing neo-lib. that will essentially just continue the gradual decline. Like America is not the only country that is experiencing like a decline due to the economic consolidation of wealthy people around the world. Like one thing that is really underestimated is the fact like how global the economy is. Like people that are rich are not just rich Americans, like they are rich. Like they have, you know, an invested interest in the global economic economy, you know, like the global um power structure that has been crafted, and it's more than it is more than just one country's issue. Like America is obviously a nexus point of the late stage capitalism and dystopian regulations and all that stuff, but there are other countries that are also um on that same trajectory and will end up in the same place that America is in right now if they don't disrupt the cycle of neolib and then to conservative right wing nut job. Like Canada is essentially in the same cycle that we are stuck in, where they get a neolib who does nothing and makes nothing better, and things just continue to get worse. And then they, you know, they get some far right party that rises up and builds a lot of power off of the backs of people's dissatisfaction, even though they offer no solution that would actually help everybody. And then they, you know, like it just power just keeps bouncing back and forth between two parties that offer no solutions and want to solve nothing because the system is working as intended for them. So like he's part of that system, you know, and that's the unfortunate reality is like, okay, they avoided a far right leader, but now they're stuck with more of the same, more of the worst, the same. To be frank, holding stocks can be leverage. Sure, but I think that like buying stocks for a company like Palantir increases their valuation, which like fundamentally increases the value that people the stock the stock that people put into Palantir, which I think is a bad thing. I don't know. I'm not super educated about the stock system, but I would assume that like putting money into Palantir is like putting money into Lockheed Martin, where like sure maybe you're going to have some investment in the company's future, but you're also profiting off of the blood of Palestinians. Your cat is so cute. Thank you. Freddie is adorable. I love Freddie. Such a cute kitty. Thank you, Anomalous Nicole. And welcome to the stream. Sweetheart, be a dear and like the stream, would you please? And thank you. Aw, thank you. Yes, thank you for reminding people. Canadians like good government though, so the government is held more accountable. Yeah, yeah, I know. Like Canada is better than America for sure in a lot of ways. But the like what I'm trying to get at is that the fundamental economic systems that create the problems in America that people are struggling with are not unique to America and actually exist all around the world in a bunch of different countries. And that's part of the entrenchment in the system that makes it really hard for anyone to actually buck power. Like I'm gonna be totally honest. When Carney gave his speech at the World Economic Forum, I kind of think he meant it. Like I don't think that he was just saying shit. Like there's like Carney wouldn't get up on stage and say all that stuff for no reason because like it brought ire against him. It brought negative consequences against him. And so it wasn't necessarily like you know, like a strategically intelligent decision necessarily if he was trying to just do like politics. But like clearly he was not able to follow through from that statement to anything that's real. Like he made that statement about how we need to buck Americans' power, but then America starts World War III and it's like, well, I guess we're just along for the ride. Like at this point, like the systems are so entrenched globally. Like how do you buck America as a global superpower? Like how do you do that without destroying the global supply chain and economy that keeps everyone alive? Like that's one of the big issues is that like if we have any real disruption that Carney could put this system through would cause untold suffering for the people in his country. And so it's just like there's really nothing that he could have done principally to stand against like America and the Iran war and all that stuff. Like there's yeah. He's growing Canada's sovereign military though and restructuring global supply chains. Yeah, like I think there are things they could do. And I think that probably they will do some of those more subtle things. Like one thing I am very clear about and one thing that I do think is very true is that like the America as the global currency and the like the world reserve currency and stuff, I think that that is effectively over. Like I think that's essentially dead in the water. Um, I I think that, like, fundamentally, it's going to like, we are going to have oh, Freddy, what was that noise? He just made some really weird tummy noise. Was that a burp? That was really weird, Fred. Um, like, yeah, so, like, honestly, I think the economic collapse of the United States and the removal of the world reserve currency, like, I think all of that stuff is inevitable at this point. We're essentially just waiting for the other shoe to drop because none of this stuff can happen quickly. Like, restructuring and, uh, getting off the dollar and everything. That's a long, intense process that's gonna take years and years and years, but when it happens, we are going to see something worse than the Great Depression. Honestly, I'm just gonna be real with all of you right now. Like, you should start preparing for that inevitability in your mind right now. The fact that like we will probably end up with total economic collapse in the next 20 years, and we will go through something that is probably worse than the Great Depression. And like honestly, I'm not trying to fearmonger about it, but like if you're smart in the next year or so, you would stock up on like rice and beans and like non-perishable dry foods that you can stockpile before the economy collapses, and a bag of rice is like $230 or whatever. So, um yeah, I really recommend that people do that. I mean, like honestly, with the Iran war, like it's only a matter of time until food prices skyrocket because I don't know if any of you have been paying attention to this, but a lot of the world's fertilizer comes through the Strait of Hormuz, and like fertilizer has been essentially denied to a lot of farmers, and they're not able to get it. And like farming is based on the clock. Like you can't choose when to fertilize and stuff. Like you have to do it right now, and if you miss it, then you miss it. And so like what I'm hearing from farmers based on a human like the Humanist Report, Mike had an interview with a farmer who's been paying attention to stuff and has good knowledge of the economy of farming, essentially said that like the minimum price hike for food in the United States is 5%. So like we are going to see a minimum of a 5% hike in food uh in America. And more than like and that's if the war ended like 3 days ago. Like, that's if the war ended last week. Like, if this continues on, we are going to see food hike that are like 10, 20, 25%. Like, we might see up to a 30% hike in the price of food, which would be unbelievably catastrophic. Like, food is already really expensive in America, and it it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse. So, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to fearmonger, but I am saying that you should probably stock up on dry rice, like a bag of rice, bag of dry beans, like a big bag, like a very big bag, like a 20, 30, 40 pound bag. There's a maximum price for food, right? Surely there's a maximum, right? No, there's not. And that's not like you need to prepare for this inevitability. The people that will suffer the most are the people that do nothing until the price hikes and the instability goes into effect, and then suddenly like they go to buy toilet paper and it's like $50 for a roll of toilet paper and $230 for like a pound of chicken, and you know what I mean. So like it's scary, but I am just being I'm just being honest. We should genuinely do our best to try to like stock up now. That's why I'm giving you the warning. Like, please, it's not expensive and it's not hard to go out and buy some dry rice and beans right now. You can go to Costco or Sam's or whatever. I wouldn't go to Sam's. I would go to Costco or Meyer or whatever, and just like, or Gordon Food Service, honestly, might be. I don't even know if that's actually probably a Midwestern thing. I don't think they have GFS in other places. The point is that you should be stocking up on food because things are going to get incredibly difficult incredibly quickly, and you do not want to run out of food. We have a bunch of canned goods here at home. Canned food goods are good, and I do think that you should get some of those, especially if you like a little bit of variety in your diet. But I will say that like most canned food is extremely high in sodium and is a really, really bad way to consistently get your diet from. So what I recommend doing is, yes, you can get canned food, you can get some Chef Boyardee or whatever you're doing, some soup and stuff. Like that's a great idea. But I do recommend also that you get like a bag of dry beans and dry rice. And the reason I say that is so that you can use those as a base to craft a lot of really healthy, nutritious meals that will be easy to make, very nutritious, very good for you, will satisfy your carb and proteins, and then you can season it how you want, right? Like you can change the taste of it. Uh yeah, but like canned food is good. Like, I'm not saying you shouldn't have any canned food or anything, but you just gotta yeah. It's easy to start, but the real trick is rotating your backstock so it doesn't go bad. Yes. Yes, but if you get a big bag of dry rice and you get a bag of dry beans and you keep them in a nice dry place and maybe put some desiccants around it or whatever and whatever, you're probably going to end up having that for a long time before you have any issues. Yeah, I mean honestly, with dry rice and beans, probably your only issue other than them just getting really really old is mold or like humidity. So like that's like your biggest problem. Hey there, Alexandria, welcome. Also, I like how Carney is like a conservative without the culture war BS, so he satisfies the Canadian craving for conservatism without going MAGA. That's an interesting point. Yeah, like he's not really like socially conservative, but he's definitely economically conservative. And I mean that's neolib shit, right? Like we've talked about that before. Like that is essentially the playbook of a neoliberal government or party, is to be like the Democrats are Republicans. And actually, this is something I want to transition into talking about, but let me get through this conversation about dry foods and stuff first. The thing about dry goods is that you will need to ensure you have fuel and water to cook them. I cannot name the canned soups that are actually good. Yeah, with dry food, you do need water and fuel to cook them. That is true. I will say that canned soup and stuff can be like pre-cooked and require almost no preparation. So yeah, like having canned food and stuff is good. But like also if you're if you're buying the rice and the beans, you should also buy like a little camp stove. Like I'm sure people have seen these before. Like if you go camping, you can bring like little portable stoves where it's basically just a burner, and you can buy like little cans of butane, and then you can cook off of that. I really recommend also having something like that uh to make sure that if you were to lose power or if energy were to become insanely expensive and you can't afford turn on your stove or your oven to cook a meal, you would at least have like a little camp stove that you can use. And especially because like if like buying the fuel for that right now and stuff could save you, because like the fuel will definitely skyrocket. Like if energy becomes unaffordable and people are not able to cook things easily with their own home appliances, with like the grid and stuff, then they're going to end up uh buying a lot of fuel for like at home burners and stuff. So like that stuff is going to get a lot more expensive. So like it's good to buy it now. It makes transphobia and racism a more fringe position in Canada. Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And yeah, no, Lauren's always engaged like a real person. I would not believe that they're a bot. Can someone explain to me why a lot of YouTube names have like four numbers at the end of it? Like why is there like Josh Biggs 8440? Like, why is there an 8440 at the end of your username? Like, some people don't have it and some people do have it, and I don't even understand, uh, like, what the deal is. You need to freeze dry rice and any other grains for a period of time to avoid grain weevils. That is really good advice, by the way. Thank you for saying that. Canned goods like fish, chicken, and also, like, you can buy, you can buy, like, a vacuum sealer, which actually, like, I don't know how expensive those are, but I would imagine that there is some form of a vacuum, sealer that you could get that would be accessible. But getting something like that, in vacuum sealing stuff can be a really good way also to keep it from, uh, getting from having issues. But the issue with vacuum sealing is that, like, once you open it, like, it's open. Canned goods like fish, chicken, vegetables, also dry goods like rice, beans, flour, lentils. I just pick up a handful of preps every time I go grocery shopping. Yes, that's smart. I'm stocking up on my extra horseshoes. My other car is in Appaloosa. Yeah, smart. You can get dehydration packs to make dry goods last longer. Yeah, those are called desiccant packets. Been a bit. Can we get any good news yet? Um, is there any good news that we can get? I think I've got a lot of nothing. I honestly, I think probably the best news that I can give you is that, like, things are going so badly for the Trump admin that, like, I mean, they know, like, I think that the Trump administration knows that this is the end of their power. Like we were talking about this earlier, but essentially, like, people, um damn, I'm cooked. You're not cooked, Northwind Poet. You will get through this. I promise you, you will get through it. I'm just giving you some friendly advice to make it easier for you if things were to get extremely difficult. You want to make sure that you have, you know, a good amount of food and some, actually, Winter just said, water purification tablets. That is, yes, water purification tablets are also a really good thing to get. And I know I'm being a little bit of a prepper right now, but I actually genuinely think that it's worthwhile to do. Like, if you had prepped, before the Great Depression, it would have solved a lot of suffering for people, but you don't see stuff coming most of the time. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of advice for you so that, later down the road, save you some unnecessary suffering. Rodents chew through plastics. That's true. That is actually true. Like, vacuum sealing is only good if you're able to, like, if you can vacuum seal something and then put it in, like, a jar or, like, in something that rodents can't chew through. That is probably the ideal. Um or not the ideal necessarily, but, like, the that is a good solution for that. But yeah. Um Also, a lot of people don't put them in a container that is protected against not just moisture, but also, like, pests like rats, mice, and insects. Yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. You can't just vacuum seal it and then, like, throw it on a shelf. You have to also, um because there's, like, 6,000 people with your username. Oh, that makes so much more sense. Oh my god. Well, really? I mean, well, that's kind of wild. I'm scared about what's happening in this country. I only hope I can leave in time before it becomes a reality. Um, Look, I don't mean to sound like I'm fear mongering or anything. I want to say this though, like, we need to, you need to accept that you may end up just being here for it, and that, like I said earlier, there are a lot of trans elders who have lived through extremely difficult times, and, like, we have to acknowledge that, like, we may have to do the same thing. And that's why I'm saying that, like, I'm really not trying to use the phrase toughen up, but, like, we need to accept that we may end up going through a time that is pretty uncomfortable where, like, we are not recognized legally, and, like, uh like, you may end up having to, um take a number of measures to protect yourself, and you may have to be, like, like, we the trans community may have to live in some legal gray area, or like we may have to go through something like an HRT prohibition or something like that. But like we will get through it. Like if our trans elders could get through what they got through, which is way worse than anything any of us have ever lived through. Like if you're around my age, or maybe even just a little older, then you have literally never seen the world that our trans elders fought to move away from. Like you have lived in a reality that is fundamentally way more accepting than what they experienced. And I'm not saying that it's like cool, we're going back to the dark ages or anything, but like, like it's just a reality that we have to contend with. And I think contending with it now, if anything, gives us time to prepare for it, gives us time to build support networks, gives us time to think about it, and it makes it less scary. Like I think it's more scary for people when it all happens at once. Like, like I genuinely, the people that I'm the most scared of or scared for are the people who are not paying attention politically at all. And then all of a sudden one day it's just gonna hit them like a bag of rock across the face. And it's gonna be like, oh my gosh, like that is going to be pretty bad for them. So, like anyone right now who's engaged and paying attention to what's going on, like if anything, you're lucky, because you're going to be way more informed about the possible circumstances for the future. I'm currently paying for my estradiol patches out of pocket, so I can't get extra boxes, or so I can get extra boxes just in case. Yes. Stocking up on HRT is also a good thing to do. Um, we may have, or we have inherited the struggle of our elders as they inherited from theirs, ours. Our communities stand strong together. We protect us. The fight has come to us. Yes, that is true. That's true. Our trans elders fought long and hard to make sure that to try to make sure that we wouldn't go through this, but here we are, and now we have to follow in their footsteps and do everything we can to stand up for each other and get through this future. Um, so, okay, what I was gonna say earlier, the bit of good news, Alexandria, here it is. The bit of good news that I wanted to share is essentially that, like, the Trump administration is so ridiculously unpopular that there's basically no hope for them, and they realize that, and so they're pushing harder and harder and harder, and they're trying their damnedest to basically, like, do as much damage as possible. But in turn, that's just worsening the downward trend for them. Like they are on a downward trend where, people are getting more and more and more fed up with this administration and with the current state of the government, with the current state of the world and foreign affairs. Like everything is getting worse all at once dramatically quickly, and there's no way that they can possibly spin all of this into something good. Um so, like, really, they are just making things worse and worse and worse for them in terms of, like, the midterms and the presidential election. Like, I think that the calculus that they're trying to do is that, like, Americans tend to have a really short memory, like, public memory for, like, things. And so, like, for instance, January 6th happens, and enough time goes by where people tend to be like, like a lot of people forgot about it. Like if you look at the footage of politicians the night after the night of January 6th, after they finished confirming the votes and stuff like that, like um a lot of politicians gave speeches where like Lindsey Graham was like, you can count me out. Like I've been a Trump supporter, but this is the end of the line for me, right? And now look at him. He's back on the train. Um, and so like there's this weird thing where like the cultural memory tends to be really short for Americans, but I'm not gonna lie, I okay, at the time, I used to think, how could people forget about Trump's first term because it was so bad? Like it was so bad. Like how could you forget about the BLM protests and the atrocities committed there? How could you forget about January 6th and the atrocities there? How could you forget about the COVID policies and the atrocities there? But like, let's be real. Trump's first term looks like a baby's playroom compared to what we're existing through right now. Like that shit literally looks like playtime compared to what we are dealing with now. And if I'm being real as well, the majority of white suburban Americans suffered literally not at all under the Trump first term. Like the people that suffered under the first Trump term were definitely more marginalized populations. There was less economic uh instability in terms of, like, people suffering with price hikes and inflation and stuff like that. But we are in a different era, and things have been like they have tightened the belt and tightened the belt and tightened the belt over and over and over. And honestly, uh I I don't think people are going to forget this presidency. I don't think they're going to forget the Trump second term. I think this has been I think this is traumatic. I think that this is genuinely societally traumatic for everyone to go through. And because it is like that, it's going to imprint on people's memory in a way that other presidencies probably haven't. I'm not saying this is going to be everyone. I'm not saying that this is like the end of Republicans and the right and stuff, but I do think that they are going to suffer a continuous and steady decline for the next at least 4 years. And honestly, based on what they do after Trump, this era of decline for the right wing could last as long as 10 years. You have to consider the fact that Trump has restructured the entire Republican Party to to serve him. Like like the Republican Party exists as Trump's party and nothing else. So there is no Republican Party after Trump in its current form. There is none. The second Trump dies or leaves office or whatever, the cult of personality that has followed him along this entire way is going to crumble. It's going to fall apart. It's going to turn into a big pasty mush of nothing. And the Republican Party, I don't know how they're going to rebuild from this, especially after all the damage Trump did, because all of these Republicans currently signed on to this shit 100% of the time. Every Republican in office right now is entirely ridiculously complicit in everything that's going on, and there's absolutely no chance that they're going to be able to break free from that. Honestly, a lot of Republicans are starting to panic because they realize that they're tied to the sinking boat, right? They tied their life vest to the boat, and now the boat is sinking and they can't get away from it. And it's just I think it's gonna I think the end of this is going to be the end of this Republican Party, and I don't know what comes after, but it's hard to believe that it can get much worse than this. So that's my that's the level of hopium that I can bring you. That is about as much good news or hope that I can bring you, is that this is going to be yeah. It's also a good idea that you learn or increase your knowledge about how to cook on fire. True. We need to start exposing and sullying Cucker Carlson and news. I love that, Cucker Carlson. That is such a funny nickname. I do not want MAGA communism in the USA. What? You don't want that? What? What are you? Reasonable? What are you? An intelligent and informed electorate? People in the Middle East have this way of storing grapes in clay that lasts for a long time, like months or years. I don't know why or how, but it works. Oh, that's interesting. You'll always be less cooked if you are connected in community with someone who's better at this kind of logistics management. Everyone has different skill sets. Specialization is our best superpower. That's so true. Drink some water, everyone, during this chat. Oh, that is so smart. Thank you. I need to drink water. Oh my god, I love water so much. Homesteading and food preservation skills take money and supplies and space to do it. People living in poverty do not have easy access to this. Um, yes and no. I understand what you're saying, but buying a bunch of canned food and rice and beans is honestly one of the cheapest things you can do. It's not that does not take a lot to do. And if anything, you could start a GoFundMe for $200 to get some dry food that would last you a pretty long time. And I feel like that's, like, that's not a huge ask from your friends and family to help you with it. But you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, it's not perfectly accessible for everybody. Like, you buy some jars, you buy some desiccants, you buy some dry food. And I'm not trying to say that people in poverty don't have, like, reasons why that's difficult, but I'm just saying that I don't think it's unachievable is what I'm saying. I don't think it's unachievable. And I know that it's hard, but, like, you can't you like, regardless of poverty or not, like, this is still gonna happen. So, like, like, I went into deep prepper phase during the 2020s. I don't think going elsewhere will necessarily automatically be better depending on who will be with you and who you are. Yeah, I don't think fleeing the country for a lot of people uh makes a lot of sense. Like, I just don't think that, like, economically, like, the amount of resources it's going to take for you to try to move out of the country is going to take away from, like, I don't know. We have inherited the struggle of our elders. I already read that. Currently paying for my I already read that. One thing that I find fucking annoying is how dem politicians are wanting to become more transphobic, but they think that everyone who is normal is going to be okay with them human sacrificing trans people. I know that is something that really pisses me off. I'm gonna head out now. I'm going to bed. Thanks, Leah, for the insightful conversation. You're welcome, Northwind Poet. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry that your first stream was kind of depressing. Um, I hope to see you around again, but you know, I get it that this is a tough conversation. That's what this is. I keep doing this thing where I go back and forth where it's like I feel fucking horrible for having to sit here and be like, "Hey, we're going to suffer and it's going to suck and things are going to be hard." And like, I feel like people resent me sometimes for being the bearer of bad news. Like, I feel like people come into my chat and they hang out for stream and they're like, "Wow, we talked about things that are scary and Leah made me feel bad. And so now I don't want to watch her streams anymore or engage with the community, or I'm like feeling bad because of it." And it's like I don't know how to talk about this without having people feel a little bit bad. But like all I can say is that like we might have to just get I I don't want to say just get like we have to get used to it, but like I don't know. It's just like I can't there's nothing I can say that is going to make this less painful for everybody and less like we are going to suffer economic consequences more so than what we are experiencing right now. And I can't change that. I can't do anything about that. All I can do is talk about it. But talking about it upsets people. And I don't know how like that is like a circular problem that for which I can think of no solution. I wish normal people could form our own society and let the freaks do their own Christian torture society on their own, but their identity is based around not leaving people be. Yeah, I know. Like, I wish that they could just go over. Like, we should just send all these right wingers to Israel, and they can all just go chill out over there and do their death cult shit, and we can just like have like a functioning country again. I'm an absurdist and a cynic because of my life. I saw this coming and fried the night before the election. Oh wait, I don't know what you mean by fried, but I mean, it is pretty absurd what we're living through, which is one of the reasons there are so few trolls here. They are depressed. The orange guy is flailing and MAGA is imploding. Yeah, yeah. Like most of the trolls I get are bots or like like people that are fed by bot energy. Like I legitimately see Stephen Miller crashing out hard on TV when MAGA collapses. True. I mean, Stephen Miller has been crashing out on TV. Please charge Trump with terrorism, treason, and conspiracy. I would love that. I mean, like, what's his name? Merrick Garland really dropped the bag on that. Like, he really screwed the pooch. Illegal war in Iran. That's funny. It's literally factually accurate. Like, we are in a war without congressional approval. That is illegal. That is unconstitutional. Declarations of war are reserved powers vested in Congress by the Constitution. Sweetie, I was a blackout drunk and got tossed in jail and had 18 months probation, during which I got my EMDR and got on HRT. Oh, well, I'm happy that you got some good stuff done in there, but I'm sorry that that happened to you. I was a blackout, self-medicating drunk for abuse and just for. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm glad you got through it, though. I feel like COVID threw a massive wrench into his plans, but then the Heritage Foundation had 4 more years to plan how to do a fascist takeover. Well, like, genuinely, the first Trump administration, like, he's just baby brained. Like, Trump isn't radicalized. Trump doesn't care. Like, he just wants his power. He just wants his Diet Coke. He just wants to shit in his diaper. Like, that's all he wants. Like, he does not care about any of this bullshit. Like, at all, actually. And what happened is that Trump got radicalized about the election because he couldn't accept he lost, and that led to a bunch of other extremists uh putting themselves around him because they smelled the blood in the water. Like, a lot of Heritage Foundation goons and a lot of people realized that Trump was extremely malleable, and in a way, they could buy up his attention and his increase their value to him by just like sucking his little mushroom dick. And that's what they did, and like now they've bought in and they're there and they're controlling things, like Stephen Miller, Russell Vogt. Like, these are the people controlling things. Trump is just a figurehead. He's just an orange man. Like, genuinely, I don't think that any of this is necessarily because of Trump. It's just that the Heritage Foundation jumped on an opportunity that they they saw. If the USA isn't the world police, it is the world's target. No one is going to trust a rogue nation with the most nukes. I know. Yeah, I hope it gets a lot of center right independent types who never vote again. Same with people who idolize Joe Rogan. Yeah. Um, I sincerely hope this isn't just hopium. Well, I mean, we are going to see a bloodbath in the midterms for sure. And the presidential will probably go to the Democrats. But like, outside of that, like, what happens after that is definitely like up in the air. I just see that, like, I don't see how the Republicans can sustain their party after Trump. Like, I don't see, it's held together with duct tape, bubble gum, and rubber bands. And like, I don't, oh, sorry, that was me. Apologies. There was a system sound. That was not you. That was me. Um, I need people to really, really, really vote in primaries, because that's what's gonna happen. Because what's gonna happen otherwise is that the Republicans are gonna put D's next to their names on the ballots and cruise through. Yeah, that is true. Although I don't think that that's gonna happen. Like, I don't think it's gonna work. Rather, I think people will try to do that. But genuinely, I see like, in special elections and stuff over the past year, we have seen that progressive candidates are blowing everyone out of the water. So I'm hopeful that, like, we are going to see a wave of progressives enter the government for sure. Although I will say, I did want to make this point earlier and I kind of got sidetracked, but like, the Democrats are the Republicans. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. I am going to start using the language that there are two Republican parties. There's the Republican Party, and then there's the Diet Republican Party. Like, there is no Democrat Party. There is no left-wing party. We do not have a party that represents left-wing interests. And honestly, I think it just muddies the water to say, like, oh, there's Democrats and there's Republicans, but they're both bad. Like, I think it's just easier and more, honestly, more accurate to be like, there's the Republican Party, and then there's the conservative Democratic Party, which is basically the Republican Party. So there's the Republican Party and there's the Diet Republican Party. Um, Literally crying right now. I'm sorry. I don't want to cause that much. This is what I'm saying. Like, doing this job is insanely hard for me because I care about all of you. I know you're just internet people, but I care about all of you. And I don't I don't want to be here telling you things that, like, this fucking sucks. I would love to be here just like hanging out with my community and shitting on Republicans and talking about stuff. It's really unfortunate that like I feel it's like I feel like I'm the one hurting you. Like I know I'm not the one hurting you, but I feel like I am because I'm the one telling you about it. Like sometimes I get really guilty about what I do. And like I was literally earlier today, I was thinking, wow, it might have been a really bad idea for me to build my brand on something that causes suffering in my own community. Like, isn't that kind of fucking stupid of me? One thing, the thing with the Dems is that they have poor leadership. Nationally, there's no mechanism to get rid of Jeffries or Schumer, meaning our gov will still be cooed by Israel under Dems. Yeah, exactly. And that's part of the reason why I say that it's two Republican parties. Damn, I'll get what I can. I'll get what I can get. Yeah, I'm sorry. Health, welcome. Sorry, I'm catching up on chat right now. I was really behind on chat, so I'm catching up on chat right now. I found out by becoming friends or being in circles with a good bit of trans men. Um, so real. I get it. I break down crying almost every day. You aren't alone in this. We are strong enough to get through. Yes, and I know that I come across as like very rational and not emotional and stuff, but I will be honest with you, all of you, that like I have had my fair share of emotional breakdowns. Like I don't go through my day like not crying or like not freaking out about this stuff. Like I also feel like absolute dog shit when I read this stuff, and I also have moments where I just break down and I cry and I feel horrible, and like I'm trying not to cry right now. So I want you to all know that like, I try to put on a strong face for everybody, and like obviously it wouldn't be very good content if I sat on here and just cried a bunch. So I try not to do that. But yeah. Banana, I am so scared. They had this guy on Majority Report saying the implied successor to Schumer is the same type of neo-lib demon trying to sell us out. Yeah. That is true, and that's why we need a radical change in democratic governance. Like honestly, it's like uh, I don't know. That's true. Poor urbanites can't do any of this yuppie homesteading game playing nonsense. Um, I wouldn't say they can't. It's not, and I wouldn't call it yuppie homesteading game playing nonsense. I would say that it's like it's accurate that one of the cheapest ways to get your food is to buy like dry goods and do that. And I I'm not telling you to go out and make a garden and grow your own onions or shit because that's dumb and you'll starve to death. What I'm telling you to do is go to the grocery store, which I'm pretty sure all of us could do, and buy a big ass bag of rice and a big ass bag of beans. And maybe some like canned vegetables and stuff. I'm not telling you to go spend $3,000 on some expensive industrial vacuum sealing device so that you can, like if anything, preserving food is like an incredibly cheap thing to learn to do for most people. Like especially if you learn to pickle things. Like if you like pickled food, pickling stuff is really cheap. Um So I wouldn't conflate those two things. I wouldn't conflate those two things. Don't forget, American homesteading was born out of ongoing personally practiced genocide. Uh, we cross that bridge if we get to it. For now, we do everything we can to prevent that from happening. Once we see the progressive blue wave, the Dem establishment is going to shit the bed. Yeah, I appreciate you, Leah. Thank you, Health. Commiseration is important. True. Genocide, illiteracy, and child abuse. Earlier, homesteading was probably more like crutchy cultism. It is today. And you might hope. Well, yeah, like a lot of like cult of personalities do homesteading. Like I think you're confusing what I said for like I'm not telling you all to go like build a water collection system and swap to a composting toilet and build a solar system on your own and all that stuff. I'm not telling you to do that. That's not at all my intention or what I'm trying to do. Also, Cortana Organa 4 minutes ago, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. That's really kind of you. I appreciate that greatly. Transphobia harms biotechnology in general, since biotechnology is best when we recognize biology is dynamic and malleable. That's true. Sometimes you just got to be real. I prefer a realist personally. Maybe that's the autism, but just give it to me straight and then we can frolic after. I agree with you, Winter. I tend to just want to hear the information and then process it on my own. I just worry because like a lot of people in our community don't have necessarily super good coping skills, and a lot of us in our community also struggle with mental health already. Like that's what I get worried about. Like to I don't want to be the one who like causes a crisis for someone. That's on them. Leah, you're doing the right thing. Some people just instinctively want to shoot the messenger. No, I get it, but I helped one I helped one peer clean their home last week because CPS got called on their son because he's trans. Oh my. Oh. Oh, I hate to hear stuff like that. Thank you for helping them. Always appreciative of everything you do, Health. You sound like someone who genuinely spends a lot of energy being there for other people, and I think that that's beautiful, and I think we need more of that energy. Yeah, Leah, where the fuck are the rainbows and unicorns you promised? True. Just remember, chimps together strong. We'll get through this together. We've been through worse. Over the weekend, I helped another peer who's trans in a wheelchair move. Thank you for that as well. MAGA are effectively NPCs at this point. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, I'm falling so far behind in chat. Oh my gosh, I just realized how far I am. Hold on, let me speed read real quick. I just take breaks. My YouTube algorithm is a telltale atheist, Luxander, the Humanist Report, and Vouch and stuff. I take breaks when I feel it getting to me. Yeah, Johanna, I feel like that is the move. Like you need to manage your own mental health and you need to manage your own ingestion. Like there are weeks where I just take breaks from news. There are weeks where I just say, "You know what? I cannot handle more bad news right now." And then you try to get used to it. Katana, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a bit. Welcome, welcome. I'm so sorry I'm catching your chat late. You might not even be here at this point, honestly. It's been like 5 minutes since you sent this, but I appreciate you. It's also internationally illegal, but Americana don't give a fuck about international law. That's true. That's very true. Oh my gosh, I'm really low on disk space on my wait, am I about to run out? Oh my gosh, I have 18 gigabytes left. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. I have to delete a stream, but I don't know which stream I should delete. Oh shit. Oh, this is bad. Here, give me a second. Let me scrub one of my streams real quick and then delete it. Okay. This is a video. This is a stream from a video I already released. Let me recycle it real quick before I run out of space in my I should have done this earlier. I'm sorry. I forgot that I was running out of space on my computer. Okay, I've got 73 gigs now, so that should be enough to get through the rest of the stream. My phone is cracked. I'm sorry. It was cried. Oh, you're okay. I want Trump to have Big Bubba as a cellmate. I don't trust people that say it's not left or right, or they're both the same thing because it sounds like deflection on top of the Democrat. Of the well, Deval, I it is left or right, but not reflected in our party politics. Like it is a left or right issue, but if you think that the leftist position is represented in politics, like you're wrong. So it is a conservative party and a conservative party. Like we have two conservative parties. We have an alt-right, far-right Nazi party in position right now, in power right now, and the other party is a neoconservative part. Like if you look at the Democrats, they are indistinguishable from neoconservatives like 20 years ago. Like, outside of like, not even with social I mean, with social issues, they're basically at the same point, like, yeah, a lot of them are okay with same-sex marriage, but they're like, do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Presidents have been starting conflicts just like, this one for many administrations. If it was illegal, how did they all get away with it? Because there's no accountability in the West. Yeah, I'm sorry, you think that the fact that they got away with it makes it okay? Are you fucking stupid? Are you that stupid? I can't believe that. I'm like I I'm sorry. I can't believe I just read that. Sometimes the things that I read online, I just I just can't like people like someone typed that shit out. Mr. Josh Biggs typed that shit out. He wants participation trophies to put his name on shit. It makes me think they don't know what left or right is. Definitely my people get away with crimes every day, but the fact that it's a crime supplies a Trump is very old and suggestible. Oh wow, this stuff is really from a while ago. I'm sorry, I'm trying to catch up. A bloodbath in the midterms, also after the midterms when he tries to cheat. Newsom is a hot mess. Get out to the primaries. I've been out to so many district conventions. We need progressives in office. The centrists are all trying to out central one another. We won't get away if you don't vote. Yeah, there are two Republican parties for sure. Most Democrats are controlled opposition. Nah, it's the Nazi Party and the Republican Party. Yeah, I just want to see progressives keep their promises once they get elected. I agree with that actually. You know, like Mamdani has been a big signal of hope for that. Like if we can get more people like him who make promises to make life better and then do, like I think we can break this cycle of suffering. Like honestly, this is going to sound wild to say out loud, but like I think if we get a few politicians who are able to start delivering on actual promises, that will create the groundwork for like rehabilitating American politics. Like we are in an era of unprecedented gridlock and ignoring the population and the needs of the population. If we can get like one president who's actually responsive and gets some good things done, it could start like a snowballing process where it's like, oh shit, like things can actually get better and you know, we should vote people in to get things better. And the R's switching to D's thing is more like a small town phenomenon in elections in places where no one pays attention. That is true. That does happen in small town places a lot. Actually, a lot, a lot. Like there was this one guy who voted for the voted. There was like a thing that was going through Congress to try to limit the Iran illegal war, right? And some Democrats got on board with the Republicans to block it, essentially preventing there from being accountability for what's going on in Iran. And one of the Democrats, there were like 4 or 5 Democrats that signed on to block it. And one of the Democrats literally worked for a Republican in the Senate and is a veteran, like a military veteran, and was a lifelong Republican, and then registered as a Democrat, run and won. So like this person is literally a Republican, ran as a Democrat, won, and is part of the reason why there has been nothing through Congress to try to stop the, you know what I mean? Uh, I think Ocasio-Cortez and Ossoff may come up and take the nomination from Newsom or whoever is the centrist. I do think that the progressive has a better chance in the primary than the moderate Democrat, but it really just depends because the DNC, I mean, they could just do what they did with Bernie and just like hand it over to the centrist. You know what I mean? The deep state needs to be stopped. True. The Dems are just controlled opposition. True. I got kicked off Reddit. Oh shit! How did that happen? I'd rather hear it from you instead of Fox News. That's fair. The largest chunk of independent voters and discouraged non-voters are not the mythical centrists. It's the people to the left of the Dems. Yes, canned acid. That is like literally so true. Thank you for saying that. Like the Dems, the untapped electoral base that they need to win is like our community, is like the leftist community, and they constantly are trying to appeal to some Liz Cheney fan in Kansas or some shit. Like, oh my god, I just don't feel guilty, Leah. You're just discussing reality. Thank you, Evelyn. I don't see how it can get better, unfortunately. Yeah, bookworm, that's true. You good, Leah. Amy Goodman feeds people big fat black pills every day and is beloved. I don't know who Amy Goodman is, honestly. I just like I just have maybe I have too much of a consciousness for to be like obviously I'm gonna keep being a content creator, but like it's just like a lot of people just I don't know. I guess that's not really part of their calculus is thinking about how people feel about the coverage that they're doing and the things that they're talking about. But it's something I think about literally all the time. On the bright side, biology is rapidly embracing emergent cellular factors of inheritance phenotype. Leah, it's politics. Sometimes you just got to be real. Also, you offer pragmatic solutions on individual basis, not just saying we are fucked. That's true. Thank you for that. Thank you, everyone, for the support. It really does make me feel a little better. So I really do appreciate that. So in 100 years, gene determinism will be reduced to the toolbox rather than the blueprint and transfer will end. I feel privileged to have ADHD and forget. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to catch up. How am I not catching up? I've scrolled. How have I not scrolled? I feel privileged to have ADHD and just forget about this stuff when I'm just living my life. I get that. Compartmentalizing is actually like one of the most important things you can do if you follow politics all the time. Like you have to be able to set it down, put it aside for a few hours, and just like get some sort of relief from it. Otherwise, you're gonna drive yourself up a wall. I don't like the anti-trans addendum in the Save America Act. If they pass it, it's going to get a lot worse. Yes, that's true. I don't think it'll pass, but um, I feel a little bit better knowing about this shit than I would be being surprised by it. That's how I feel, Turtle Bird. Like it's like a really bad train wreck. Like you don't want to see it, but you can't look away. Like that's how I feel about politics most of the time right now. It's like I don't want to have to pay attention to all this shit. I don't want to have to be hyper engaged or hyper informed or whatever. And I don't even feel like I am hyper informed. But like I feel like there are people who cover more of this stuff than I do. Like honestly, I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't know how Kyle Kalinske has not like I hope he's okay. Like, I don't know how he's dealing with all of the mental emotional stress from all of this shit. But Kyle talks about way more dystopian shit than I do. And he talks about it in a way that is way more dystopian than I do. And I honestly, like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know how he handles it. I know he doesn't read his comment section, and that's probably a big part of it. I read like almost every comment I get, and I maybe that's detrimental to my mental health, but I deal with it by practicing my broadsword and limiting my intake of this insanity. That's smart, Katana. I think that's smart. And also, broadswords are badass. That's so sick. For urbanites, there are sometimes planters you can get mushrooms that are borderline infinite. It can be grown indoors. Not sure about nutritional value though. There are some you can get spore bags. As far as I know, they're not infinite though. Like they do like a certain number, like maybe 2 or 3 different growth stages. Like they'll produce like 2 or 3 times, and then you have to then they're done. The SAVE Act is fucked from top to bottom. It targets naturalized citizens, trans people, anyone who changed their hyphenated last name after marriage. Yeah, if the SAVE Act passes, I mean that's unbelievable, but like I don't know, we'll see. Uh I'm so sorry everybody. I am trying so hard to catch up on chat here, and it's just like people are chatting so fast. Too late, Leah. I've already started digging the moat. That is that's so funny. Oh, that is so funny. That's what I'm gonna do. I want to build an off-grid house in Quebec. Yeah, honestly, my long-term goal would to be to build an off-grid system in a tiny home. Like I love tiny homes. If I ever made money on YouTube enough to like do something like that, that is what I would do. I would get a tiny house, like a super inexpensive little house, and put it on like an acre or two, and I would have my own like honestly, composting toilets are pretty chill, like pretty easy to implement, and honestly, in the long run saves you like it's not even that expensive, like a composting toilet, but it saves you a lot of money in the long run because you don't have to pay for sewage. And then you do like a water collection system, and you do propane heating inside your house in combination with a solar heater, and then you do solar for electricity in combination with every now and then being hooked up to the grid so that like if you need it you can have it. That's my idea. That's my goal. That's my goal. I really, really, really want to do that. Honestly, I would have to be like a really successful YouTuber to pull something like that off, but that would be so cool. I would be so excited about that. It's definitely a goal for me. People have their own very real nutritional needs and they're all different. Buying in bulk is a thing that people do, but then it dis destroy? Did you mean destroys some of them's health? Well, yeah, everyone should take the advice that I'm giving and apply it to their own life in a way that's applicable. Like you shouldn't just like take the things that I'm saying and just boom, like, girly girl, I believe in you. I know that this is a depressing stream, but you're going to get through this just like we're going to get through this, and I'm here for you. And if you need support, like seriously, you can join the Discord and chat with people and it might make you feel a little less lonely and a little less scared. And that's all I can offer you. Like we're not professionals. I'm not a mental health professional. I'm not a therapist. None of us in the Discord are therapists. But at least sometimes having people to chat with and having friends is like really, really good. The more you read, the more we write. That is literally what is happening. I keep trying to scroll down and it's just like it's just never ending. Food does not have a simplified solution. We just need all sorts of nutrients from everywhere where there are humans available and affordable. It's the nature of the human species. I get that. I just want to have fun, but only after I've taken care of all my responsibilities. That's how I attempt to live daily. That's smart. Unless you have a huge baseball field size field for hydroponics, then it would be otherwise. But please take a break from the news because it seems like you are basically being tortured by this content. Yes, I would say like if you're watching right now and you're like, holy shit, this is making me feel really bad and I'm really depressed and I feel like I'm gonna die, you need to turn the stream off. You need to go drink some water. You need to go watch a show, like a good comfort show. You need to go watch your favorite movie. You need to get in your jammies, get all comfy and wrapped up and warm. You need to text one of your best friends or anybody and be like, "Hey, I love you." And like you just like if you are genuinely feeling like holy fuck, I'm going to die, you need to take a little break from this stuff.
Let's take a relaxing break and leave cyber stress behind.
I take in a minimum of 10 hours of YouTube a day, which is 90% of current events. Turtlebird, that is extremely close to my consumption habits. And I would say that for most people, that is not maintainable. Like, honestly, I feel like I'm a little bit like too neurodivergent to like I can maintain that level of consumption and not lose my mind. But I know a lot of people who literally cannot consume that much news and current events and not like like feel extremely unhinged bad, you know? So I'm like, how many beans are you expecting me to eat exactly? No, like I'm giving you like broad advice. If beans are not like if you can't digest beans because you have some issue where you can't digest beans, like of course I'm not telling you to go buy like 40 pounds of beans and then and like you know what I'm saying? Like use a little bit of critical thinking when I give advice about how it may or may not apply to your life specifically and take the useful parts and apply it and take the parts that aren't useful and don't apply it. I'm not telling you that if you have some allergy to beans that like you need to go buy a bag of beans and then die. Gonna try to get some sleep. Have a good night, Leah, in chat. You too, Winter. You too. I'm gonna bounce in a bit. My friend Eden is having a bad day and yeah, no, that's totally understandable. Make sure you take care of your friends. That's yeah. Because bulk buying cheap food would be what we're already doing if it worked and was good for you. I'm not saying it's like the best thing that you can do for your own health, but I'm saying that like when extremely fresh food ends up costing more money than you make in a year, you're gonna be left with very little choice, but then other than to live off of like during the Great Depression, people fucking boiled their leather shoes to stay alive. Like, do you understand what I'm saying here? Like, I'm not saying that like you gotta like oh yeah, bulk buying rice and beans and eating that every day is like the way to live a healthy life and all of you should be doing this all the time forever. I'm saying that you should plan for the eventual collapse of the global food system. And if you're not able to access fresh veggies, fresh grains, fresh food for weeks or months, then you're gonna fucking starve to death unless you have a backup plan. And that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Which means multicellular development has always been a negotiation between cells rather than reduction. I'm sorry, Lauren. I've lost the plot of scientists discovered tissue structure is maintained by chemical and bioelectric feedback loops. I'm sorry. I've lost the plot of what you're talking about. Matt Yglesias' stupid ass once again wrote about how Dems need to abandon trans people to win the midterms. Cool. I'm 6 minutes behind on chat. How is this real? Y'all, can you please chill for just 1 second? Okay, I literally am going to speed read. I'm gonna skip a lot of things. I'm seeing some people freak out, so tired. I'm sorry, girly girl. The same thing I said before is what I'm gonna say again. The Democrats today are pushing policy that fit 1990 era Republicans. True, there's a community of system biology, but I was super vague. I agree with what you said, but I was trying to say the Democratic Party is not representative of leftist vote. Oh, okay, yes, okay. Did you? I think most people know. Dem president in the fate of FDR. This wants. A Dem president in the vein of FDR with a supermajority won't stop the fall of the U.S. as a global hegemon, but that could really cushion our fall. I agree with that, but also I would say that, like, honestly, FDR was a capitalist, and, like, we need to go further than FDR. Like, if we had an FDR, like, you're right that, like, someone like FDR with a supermajority wouldn't be able to stop the collapse of the U.S. as a superpower internationally. But if we had if we had someone that was further like actually a leftist that would actually have the potential for good things to happen. It's just that, like, we probably can't expect anything more than an FDR president. Like, if we had an FDR style president, I would be shocked and in a pleasant way, but, like, that would still not be far enough for what we need. Of course, the new paradigm will be accepted eventually. Like relativity was accepted. Can you understand what I can Google to understand what you're talking about? You saw the mystery of evolution. Lauren, you sound like you're saying a lot of really smart things, and I appreciate it. I'm struggling to follow the plot of what you're saying. The more you read, the more we type. They don't want to appeal to actual leftists because we are not profitable, and they would have to keep their promises. Yes. Yeah, that is Turtlebird. You're 100% right. I'm not here to defend American empire, but any political movement to get rid of it is going to look a whole lot popular if it means we have less money. We should strive to stay conscious, have conscious, and be conscious. I'm not here to defend American empire, but any political. Okay. Right. Just popping in here to say hi, compartmentalizing and playing BG3 with my friends. Love y'all. Stay positive as you hit in these trying times. Sage, that's awesome. Thank you for stopping in to say hi. I hope you have a lot of fun with your friends. You're probably gone by now. I apologize. I'm trying to catch up on chat. Enjoy your BG3. And like, I think Sage is doing the thing that I said earlier, where it's like, hey, if you need to take a little break and you gotta, like, you know, take a mental health break, like, do it. So yeah, that's awesome. Like, thank you for popping in. I no hard feelings about you not hanging out for the stream. You know, like, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. I ride a fixed gear bike and go to the gym several times a week to deal with my mental health stuff. That's nice. My ideal home is a small home on a mountain. Weird as it sounds. Hassan is a little too in love with China, but otherwise, where did the Hassan thing come from? I would prefer no hegemons, but China seems to be more peaceful hegemon, broadly speaking. Oh, I don't know. Like, we'll persevere. China stock kind of rising though. I don't know how things will go over there, but America seemingly aggressively shedding all of its redeeming qualities. Yeah, I mean, like, China has been smart. I will say that China has been smart. They have been preparing for this, and they are invested in all the places and all the ways that they should be invested to, like, yeah. Yeah, so, like, China is definitely playing things really well. I like how resilient and persevering you are. Oh, thank you, Lauren. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I was planning to go to grad school and to work towards being a therapist before so many things fell apart personally, socially, and globally several years ago. I understand that, Mackenzie. That's totally fair and valid, and I'm sorry that happened to you. In the words of Dan Savage, we bury our friends in the morning, we protest during the day, and we dance all night because the dance is what we are fighting for. Love is why we fight. Go dance. Aw, Grace, that's such a beautiful sentiment. Thank you for that. Stew's ADM soup can last for days and be reheated just needed. My one wish is just to be safe. I think that's the wish for everyone, you know. I love the Discord. It has helped so much to have a community like that. Yeah, I love the Discord too. It makes me happy that we have a community that people can join and be a part of and stuff. This is literally just a chamber of validation, literally just talking about herself with a title like this, aka an echo chamber. Phaedrus, go fuck yourself. Like, go fuck yourself. Like, I'm reading chat right now. I'm not even talking about my. Okay. This is a stream where the conversation, like, you know, like, we've been talking for 2 hours. I'm not gonna literally talk about Iran nonstop for 2 hours straight. Like, can you go fuck yourself? Like, oh my god, Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have even said anything, but thought about that too. Speak Mandarin. Also, Leah, you alternate between real talk politics and chill streams, which is nice. Yeah, like, I like the vibe of that. Like, I feel like it's better for me to, like, you know, not constantly talk about. I'm really trying to catch up here. I'm almost there. You're going. Has everyone? Chicken pie is just chicken soup in a pastry dough. True. Peanut butter is a good resource for protein instead of beans. I think peanut butter is like. I think the macros on that, like, there's a lot of fat in peanut butter, so I'm not entirely sure about that. Camel Tony, thank you 7 minutes ago for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Sorry, I'm like catching up on chat and I'm like trying really hard to do that. But yeah, thank you so much for chatting and for being here. And MEQVT is here as well. That's so nice. I'm almost there. I'm hopeful people change. Welcome, Curious Nekomimi was a small town R, voted for Rump in 2016, will regret that forever. Now left independent Democrat, curious about elections, and been transitioning for 2 years. Well, thank you for being here, and I appreciate you sharing your journey. That is, you know, that's good to hear. Good to hear that you were able to find your way to a position and, you know, find yourself and everything. 5 points of well-being is something I use with my peers in crisis. Make sure you rebalance these fives if you're lacking anything in the list. Oh, health. That's like a really here. I'm gonna pull that up here in a second, and we will. Oh, you already shared it in chat. Thank you so much for that. Uh, 1, amount of sleep. 2, amount of hydration. 3, amount of nutrition. 4, physical health. 5, mental health. Yeah, those are really, really good. Yeah, have you gotten enough sleep? Have you drank enough water? Have you had enough food to eat? Have you done a little bit of walking today or a little bit of like physical activity? And what are you doing for your own mental self health stuff? I'm still here. Friend got off right after that. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought Mexico was low on trans rights. I don't know anything about Mexico and trans rights. I love how you think that the Great Depression is a good example of how people make it through. I, I, what, what, what the fuck do you mean? I'm not saying it's a good example. It is an example. We had the Great Depression and people made it through. I'm sorry. I don't understand Motoko. I have no idea where your fucking antagonism is coming from tonight. You were just like all of a sudden railing against every fucking thing I'm saying for some reason. And I don't understand if something crawled up your asshole or something, but like, can you just like understand the points that I'm trying to make without taking this extremely antagonistic stance towards me? Like, what the fuck is going on? Yes, the Great Depression happened, and yes, people had to do some horrific things to make it through, but like they did. And like, you can make excuses all the fuck you want for that, but like then you're just gonna die. Like, do you want to die? I don't want to fucking die. If I have to boil my goddamn shoes to survive, I'm gonna fucking do it. Like, I'm not saying that's ideal. I'm not saying that's what I want to happen. I'm not saying that that's good. I'm just telling y'all that like we may have to go through some dark ass shit like that, and like that's the reality of it. And like I don't know what to I don't know what to tell you. All right, keep trying to catch up. Rice, beans, honey, pasta, jerky, dried mushrooms, all the pickled stuff, shelf stable and broad nutritional stockpile is good to collect. Also, it's important to remember that the tech bros are not smart on their own. They just happen to be in a position where they are rich. Polly, that is an incredibly good point of a good thing to bring up, is that like a lot of these tech people are not not like that. Also, Motoko, I feel bad for coming unglued at you. I'm sorry. I just don't. I just every time I see one of your comments, you're like being a bit antagonistic, and it makes me. I just couldn't. You sassing back is making me laugh so hard. Thanks. You should stream the new Pokemon on the next chill stream. I honestly, I can't play Pokemon anymore. I just feel like the Pokemon games have gotten worse and worse and worse. And honestly, every time I play one, I just get really mad at Game Freak for like the lack of innovation over the years. Like it makes me so fucking mad that Pow World is the best 3D open world Pokemon game. Like, are you fucking serious? Like these people know, like these people developed a game that Game Freak has not been able to develop, and they're like a multi-million-dollar industry. Fat is actually really good. It's very calorie dense, so long as healthy fats and non-negative. Yeah. Fat is good. I just like I'm not like as a protein replacement. I don't think that I could recommend peanut butter as like a complete like it is supplemental to your protein, but it's not like you should not be consuming all of your protein from peanut butter. I've been trying to get my friends to switch to Stoat because I'm so fed up with what Discord is doing. Shadow, it did seem like people were going to flee from Discord for a while, and no one did. Like I made a Fluxer server and I set it up and everything, and no one in my like I mentioned it and everyone was like, eh. Like, I don't know. Everyone got super mad at Discord and everyone was like, oh, we're gonna freak out about Discord, but then no one wants to stop using Discord. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do about that. Like, I'm in a spiral and I can't get out. Girly girl, I gave you my advice. You need to shut off the stream and you need to go like take a hot bath, watch a cute movie. I'm just gonna say the same things that I said before, but like if you're spiraling, clearly being a part of this conversation is making you feel worse, and you need to take action. Like you can stop watching the stream. It's okay. Like you're like please. You know, if anything, you could just leave the stream up on a low volume and go somewhere else or whatever. Unfortunately, had to ditch Discord because of the surveillance shit. I've been exploring Stoat and Matrix. I can't like no one is using it. Like it, it, everyone hates Discord, but no one wants to leave Discord. Right now, I'm designing the map for a really cool theoretical video game I've come up with. People only made it through the Great Depression because they were handed the same amount of free food that was able to sustain them. The ones that didn't die, lots and lots of people died from the Great Depression. Well, yeah. I want to fight to keep nutritious food affordable, and I want you to be on my side with it. I'm on your side with it. Motoko, I don't understand. Look, here's the thing. I don't understand what point you're arguing against that you think I'm making. Are you saying that I'm against food banks? Or like, yeah, of course, like you're gonna need like if we go through something like the Great Depression, of course you're going to need to rely on things like food banks. But I'm just saying that like you better your chances with like certain kinds of preparation. And like I don't understand what point you think I'm making that you think is so bad. Like I'm sorry, I don't understand what the fuck is like. I don't understand what we're doing here. The people that survived the Great Depression were not the smart ones that were tough enough to eat grass, soup, and shoe leather. Those things will kill you if you eat them. They were just the people. Cool. So then do nothing, and when the economy collapses and you have no food, then go out to a food bank and take that food from other people who need it, and then they'll die instead of you. Cool. Cool. Good solution. Cool. Glad we had this fucking conversation. Like what do you want me to do? Yeah, we're going to have an economic collapse and food is probably going to get really expensive and really hard to get. So you should do nothing. Like, of course you should just buy food now to try to prepare for it. Like, I don't understand what we're doing here. Who got enough free food, real food, on a regular basis? Oh, okay. Right. For profit model, just the Digimon game is very good. What happened with Discord? They were going to make a contract with Palantir, and they backed off of it, but it pissed everyone off, so now everyone, like, hates Discord. Konami, welcome. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm almost caught up on chat. Here. Peanut butter has too much sugar. Yeah, a lot of it does. Good protein replacement is lentils. True. Disturbing sad acts of desperate people. They didn't help. Most of the things didn't help anybody, and meanwhile, tons and tons of people died because they just didn't happen to have. I didn't hear you about setting up a different server. Well, because I never shared anything about it because no one. Like, I told my mod team that I set up a Fluxer, and everyone was like, I don't want to switch to Fluxer because the name sounds fucking stupid. They're like, yeah, I'm not swapping to a platform that has a name like Fluxer. Like, well, then I guess I'll go fuck myself. Like, I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, frankly, I don't trust Discord, but I don't care what platform. Like, we can use whatever. I don't know. I'm just. You're being realistic, Leah. I appreciate that. It's important to talk about and prepare for negative things, but work and hope for the best. We don't get anywhere burying our heads in the sand. I understand that's what makes the break surviving the Great Depression not toughening up, so you could take it. Motoko, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that you need to pull yourself up by the bootstraps to survive the economic collapse. I am just saying that you need, like, it would behoove you to fucking buy some food before the prices shoot up. That is all I am saying. Do you think Satan Yahoo got slimed? No. I remember trying to get people to move to Discord from Facebook in 2016 to 2018. Now everyone is finally on Discord. Gonna be hard to move again. Yeah, the delay in Discord ID requirement gives time to set up alternatives. I set up an alternative and no one wants to swap to it. So my 200-person Discord had 5 people come to my matrix. Yeah, exactly. I'm saying you're being fatalistic on our behalf and we might not like it. Well, that's an extremely undescript way of describing the disagreement that you're having with me. You're the one telling us to do nothing you're saying. Well, food is just going to be out of... What? Motoko, I'm sorry. I'm going to stop engaging with what you're saying because I think that you think that I'm saying that I'm something that I'm not saying. And I don't understand where this is coming from. I'm sorry, Motoko. I need to just not engage with you if you're just going to keep, like, I don't understand. Like, obviously, if you don't have the money to buy bulk food and you don't have the resources for that, that's what the fuck food banks are meant to help, like, save against. But if you have the ability to buy bulk food and you don't do that right now, you are taking food out of the fucking mouths of people that can't afford to buy their own bulk food. You are not caught up on chat. That's true. Morning Discord is still going ahead. Morning Discord are still going ahead unless I miss some news. No, wait, they just delayed to the second half of 2026? Oh, fuck. That's not good. All right, I'm going to balance. Y'all have a good night. Don't let the people get to you. Just being practical. Thank you for that. Fluxer, flux capacitor? Yeah. I'm vegan and have a dry food storage for a year. Rice, bean, lentils, dehydrated spinach, dehydrated carrots, potatoes, salt, sugar, gluten-free spaghetti marinara. $800 for 1 year? That sounds pretty achievable. What's your alternative, Leah? I said Fluxer, you know? Are we off topic here? Sorry, Scooter. I'm just trying to catch up on chat. So I've just been, like, literally for the past, like, 20 minutes, I've just been reading chat. Me and my friend group have moved to Matrix. It's been difficult to convince people to... I've never heard of Matrix. I think you two are saying the same thing. From what I understand, Fluxer has a premium tier, so it's not much better than Discord, in my opinion. That's why I prefer Stoat. I like the Stoat. It's named after a cute. Well, what? Wait, isn't the issue with Discord the Palantir surveillance tech and the ID stuff? Like, isn't it... The issue has nothing to do with Sorry, I capitalized the L. I didn't mean to do that. Um, isn't the issue with Discord all that stuff? It has nothing to do with the fact that they have Nitro, right? Like, I mean, yeah, you can buy a premium tier or whatever, but like, is I don't know. I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't know. If I delete my Discord, I lose, and if I keep my Discord, I lose. So it feels like there's really not a decision that like I can make to yeah. I'm sorry, Leah. I'm a poor urbanite, and I guess I felt personally attacked because I can't function if I don't just get the money to get nutritious food so I can be healthy enough to do anything else. No, I'm not telling you that you have to like go pull yourself up by your bootstraps and mow lawns to make $40 to go to the store to buy a bag of rice. Like I'm not saying that shit. If you cannot afford to buy bulk food, then obviously the advice I'm telling you to go buy bulk food is not applicable to you, and you should use community resources that you will need. And what I'm saying is that people should buy bulk food now before the supply chains collapse. Because if you haven't noticed, or if you don't know anything about it, when supply chains collapse, places like food banks cannot make up for that. Like when we saw the SNAP cuts that happened recently, we saw SNAP cuts, and food banks were not able to cover for that loss of that food insecurity, right? Like that was a thing that happened. So I'm telling people that before the global economy and supply chain and everything collapses and food prices inflate up to 30% again, you should buy some food now so that people who need the food banks and have no other option can use the food banks and not have a line of 100,000 people who could have bought food but didn't because they just didn't think about it, and now we're all going to starve to death or whatever. Right? Does that sound agreeable to you, Motoko? Does that make sense? The problem with many of the things online now is over centralization. It makes it easier for government to do sketchy stuff. Our country has been under some kind of surveillance since 9/11. Oh, probably before that, honestly. Oh, were we discussing food storage related to war? Yes. Yeah, we're talking about how the, food is going to be a big issue here soon. Also, when things are not open source, it means that they can do sketchy things in the background without anyone knowing. Sure, we can reverse engineer the clients, but we cannot see what is going on. Yeah, that's true, Alan Jenkins. And Fluxer is actually open source. So that is one thing that I like about Fluxer. It's open source. I was just about to go, but I just remembered no school tomorrow. Oh, well, good for you. On the server side, if they are hosting it, amazing spot on the age verification censorship. And Tencent share a bigger reasons, but a premium tier means it's not fully open source. Part of use donation funded missions are fully open source. Isn't Fluxer open source? I'm sorry, maybe I don't understand. I'm gonna go Twitch via YouTube. Oh yeah, that's totally fine. Maybe I don't understand what exactly you mean by fully open source then. Yeah, so okay. All right. All right. I caught up on chat. I it only took 20 minutes, but I did it. And step 1, acquire the way to hold small critters, build with pallets or something even. Step 2, get small critters like guinea pigs or rabbits or rats or something. Oh, cute. It took me I love rats. This is super off topic. Rats make amazing pets, and honestly, I love rats. I've had rats before as pets, and they are so fucking cute. They are so cute. So cute. You are allowed to offer hosting with open source software. I thought open source just mean that you could see the coding, right? Like I was pretty sure that open source just meant it like you can see how it's designed, and you could theoretically take it and alter it in some way to change it. The free stuff is open source, but if the premium stuff was open source, then people could just build from code. Isn't that not Fluxer is open source as far as I know, but unless you are hosting it yourself, you cannot trust them to not become a target and be forced to do nasty stuff. Right, but that's the thing about Fluxor is that they offer like you can host it on Fluxor, but you can also self-host your server. So if something were to ever happen to Fluxor, you could theoretically just do your own hosting, right? Like isn't that the kind of the point of it? There is also a self-host option for Fluxor, but on my cursory reading, it seems like the self-host is lacking. Okay, well, hopefully that's something that they develop. The thing that I'm trying to say is that like I don't know. Everyone wants to swap. Everyone's mad at Discord. Everyone thinks Discord sucks. Everyone wants to swap off of Discord, but then like no one can agree on where to go, and like it's just gonna turn into the Twitter problem where everyone wants to leave Twitter, and some of them go to Blue Sky, and some of them go to Threads, and some of them go nowhere and just quit it altogether. And at the end of the day, it just like there's just no reason. Like it just doesn't. Yeah, Lucinda, hello. Thank you for chatting in Twitch and being here. Appreciate you. You like bats? I love bats. Bats are so cute. Bats are so cute. I've always thought that irresponsibly I would love to own like not own, I guess, to have a pet bat. But I feel like they're probably hard to take care of and stuff. I'm off to bed, was looking everywhere for my lost earbuds only to realize how I'm listening in. Thanks for the stream. Take care. Have a good one, Curious Nekomimi. Thank you for being here. Rest well. I appreciate you. That is Microsoft shared source is where you look but don't touch. Matrix is the third option meant for enterprise. Been pulling my hair out setting it up. Yeah, I've heard Fluxor, I've heard Matrix, and I've heard Stoat. Those are the things that I've heard. I have no idea which of those three are the move or the right move, or even if people are going to move, because as far as I'm aware, no one wants to move. Like there was someone in a different server that I'm in, like a Flow Arts server. There was someone who's like, we all need to get off of Discord right now. And I like spent like 3 hours setting up both my server and the Flow Arts server that I'm in Fluxor. Like I literally spent like 3 hours just like resetting up the servers on Fluxor, and then no one used them. And it's like, okay, I guess I'll just go fuck myself. All the solutions we have to migrate to don't have full feature party with Discord yet and work differently. Full feature parity, you mean? Oh, sorry. Yes. Yeah, like that's what I'm thinking is that like there really was no service that seemed perfectly set up for this. Like no one was really prepared for the Discord exodus. And so a lot of people just quit. Fruit bats are so cute. Bats in general though, cute. Bards of a Feather, cute name. I love that. But they have one thing we didn't have with Discord: end-to-end encryption. Wait, who has end-to-end encryption? Signal is working well, not gonna lie. Signal as a Discord replacement? How does that work? Can someone let me know about that? I'm trying to set up Stoat right now. I'll let you know how it turns out. Have to get a Nix derivation to use it though, so that's step one. I honestly I don't even know what that means. I am not very tech savvy. I didn't even set up my Discord. Someone else set it up for me. I still use Bluebird, Twitter, not X. I am with that person in that we need to get away from Discord ASAP. Unfortunately, we will have to peer pressure people to move by using FOMO. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about doing that. Like, I thought about basically saying, like, okay, the Discord doesn't exist anymore, and then if you want to be a part of the Discord, if you want to be a part of that, then you need to go to Fluxor, you need to go to wherever else, But I don't feel comfortable doing that without knowing which platform is the smart jump, Like, I don't want to jump to Matrix and then everyone jumps to Stoat, and then it's like, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself. I guess it doesn't necessarily work that way because like I could like it's a community server. So like well, but if everyone makes a Stoat account, people are not going to want to make a Matrix account to like join your Matrix server. And if everyone makes a Matrix account, no one wants to make a Stoat account to join your server. If you have your own physical server or know of a good enough server, you should probably use Matrix. I think Element is the best Matrix client. I don't have a physical server. That sounds really expensive. Elements is a Discord replacement. I've actually never heard of that one before. Matrix has E2E and several others do. There's plenty of good feature comparison chart in the recent Gamers Nexus video. Okay, I don't know the channel you're referencing to, but I'll look it up. Element is the client to go for with Matrix. Oh, okay, so Element and Matrix are like the same thing. Is that what you're saying? If people can't let go of the mentality that all of their friends should be using the same chat system, we're fucked. Yeah, you know, it really, like, honestly, stuff like this makes me, like, really not very hopeful for the future of, like, organizing leftists, because, like, we can't even, like, all agree on, like, hey, we're gonna drop Discord and we're gonna go somewhere else. I know a bunch of leftists that, like, 3 weeks ago were screaming that Discord should be burned to the ground, and now they're still on Discord or just not on anything anymore. Like, I don't know. It really feels like they kind of got what they wanted out of the whole situation, which is to, like, disempower leftist communities and sort of cause us all to scatter, essentially. But that's kind of the reality of the situation, is that, like, I'm being real. If everyone swaps to Matrix, and then I make a Stoat server, and then no one's gonna want to join the Stoat server because they have to make an extra, like, account. It's the same reason why it's hard to get people to sub to my Patreon, because if you don't already have a Patreon account, it's really hard to get people to go make a Patreon account to sub to you. Like, they have to really, really care about your content to make a Patreon account to then, you know, subscribe to you. It's just like that layer of extra steps disincentivizes a lot of people from engaging with it in the first place, which is really unfair and really unfortunate. I mean, I remember decades ago when all my friends wanted to drop Facebook and it just never really happened because there wasn't critical mass on agreeing on one specific replacement. Yeah, exactly. And then Facebook went and bought everything up anyway. Whenever I'm feeling stressed or sad or something like that at night, I like to lay in bed and listen to ASMR gender affirmations. Those videos have gotten me through some really tough times. Oh, that's nice. All the nerds are on the Fediverse, but then even that got largely passed over by the normies when Tech Bros launched Blue Sky. Huh. Patreon's a great example. In a perfect world, I'd be like, you should use LibraPay instead, but then you will just find way fewer people. Oh, what's I've never heard of LibraPay before. That sounds interesting. Is that like Buy Me a Coffee or something? Is that like a separate little system that's sort of like Patreon? I do agree that the scattering of leftist communities is probably by design. Yeah, I think it is by design. I mean, honestly, like, even if they don't, whether or not they do the Palantir implementation, like, I mean, it's like how the Ellisons are buying up all of the, like, leftist media. There is no leftist media anymore. The only place you can the only place you can get leftist media is on YouTube or whatever. Like, you can't, like, CNN, MS, none of that. None of that. It's never been leftist media, but, like, that's what I'm saying, is it's been captured by conservative big money interests. And so, like, we have no free fair media or whatever. LiberaPay. It's a crowdfunding site that doesn't take a cut. C3 Lizzie, thank you for mentioning that. I will look that up after stream, and I might make one of those just to do it, but we'll see. Bards of a Feather, thank you so much for becoming getting a membership. Thank you for that. Big appreciation for you for that. Thank you. Oh, we hit 110 followers. How did we do that? Camel Tony, did I thank you for following me? I'm so sorry if I didn't. I'll wait and see how social media is going. I just keep my Instagram and Discord. I may go to others later. Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sort of like in a holding pattern, but I am, like, I mean, if people wanted to swap to Fluxer, like, I have that set up already or whatever. I could try to set up other ones if people want to swap to other ones, but I don't want to put in the effort. Like, I'm just gonna wait and see what people are jumping to. That way I don't fucking waste my time again. Conservative sucks. Always my personal opinion. True. The caveat is that it is only for donations and not for like tiered content that you pay for. But if you want to make free content and just request donation, it works great. Oh, that's exactly what I do. I do zero paid content. All of my content is free because I always feel like that's like, first of all, I barely have enough energy and stuff to make the content that I make for free on my channel. But also like I don't know. I feel like that kind of sucks to have like paid content behind a paywall. Like, I understand for certain things, I understand. Like, if you're doing like a masterclass series on something or whatever, like I can understand putting it behind a paywall. But genuinely, I think that for me the best avenue is for me to keep everything free and then request, donations from people, which is basically what I do. Skype was fun. That's one way to say it. Matrix is probably the most mature alternative existing now, but it is a bit jank and doesn't have the usability flow Discord users will expect. I'll look into it. You're welcome. I've watched for a while, but I'm excited to support you further. Oh, Barge of a Feather, thank you so much. That's really kind. That's really kind. Thank you. Kind of want to be optimistic about Fluxer, but we'll see if it actually becomes as stable as it matures. Yeah, I mean, I'm not tied, I'm not really tied to any program or anything. It's not there's no, you know, whatever people want to jump to is fine with me. I just don't have like I just don't want to, you know, jump to something and then everyone else be like, "Oh, we're going to jump to this." And then me be like, "Oh, I guess I'll jump to that." Hey again, I'm sorry, Leah. I just kind of snapped because I've been recovering from a concussion. It's been really slow recovery and it's been really scary. I have an ear infection in both ears uh and I actually just ran out of money today, which means I'll have to go 2 days without food. Matoko, I am so sorry to hear that. That's all really scary and frustrating, and I'm so sorry to hear that. Like genuinely, if I had your Venmo or some shit, I would send you like $20 to try to get yourself a little bit of food. Uh, so like if I could, if I would help you if I could genuinely. Like I don't want you to suffer, and I'm sorry that maybe what I was talking about triggered um some bad feelings about food insecurity for you, and I don't want that. I hope you don't hold it against me. I definitely don't hold it against you. I understand that we're all living through tough times right now, and like we're gonna snap at each other, and sometimes people are gonna get frustrated, and I really appreciate you for the apology, but you don't even really need to apologize. Like, I get it. But thank you. And I really hope that you are able to figure something out, or like genuinely, if you wanted to find me on Discord and message me, I would be willing to send you like $20 over Discord, even though I'm really not making ends meet right now. I can at least afford to send $20 before, whatever. But anyway, I can't blame people for using the platforms they need to use to communicate. My main message is diversify. Don't succumb to the appeal of everything in one place. Yeah, no, that's so true. That's kind of what I've actually been doing with my content creation. I've been trying to spread my wings a bit. That's why I'm on Twitch and YouTube now. Yeah. Why are we jumping off Discord? They want to team up with Palantir to create like the surveillance state or whatever. BRB not on your dead name account. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I read your dead name out loud. I'm always I always really worry about reading people's names out loud because Acacia, thank you for following me on Twitch. And thank you for the cheer and everything. That's really nice of you. We hit 111 followers. It's such a nice number. What a nice number. I like that. Thank you. That's really kind. Also, thank you to everyone for the likes on the stream. We're at 74 likes right now. That's huge. That's amazing. That's wonderful. So thank you for that. Allison, thank you for okay, I will make sure to never ever dead name you ever again. Again, I really hope that wasn't triggering for you. I'm so sorry. It happens all the time where people are chatting and they're like, "Oh fuck, my username is my dead name." And like I don't have any extra information on that. So like I try my best to oh, Katana, you're going to bed. Have a good night, Katana. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you stopping by. Always appreciate you. And stay well. Got me thinking about peanut butter. I eat peanut butter like almost every day. One of my go-to, like when I wake up, I'm usually not hungry, but I have to put food in my stomach because I drink tea in the morning and like I need to have like you can't drink tea and not eat food. It like destroys your stomach. So what I normally do is I take a piece of bread, like one slice of bread, and I put peanut butter on it, and then I put some honey on it, and then that's my like little breakfast that I do. I can't do a food bank because I'm not Christian. I'm sorry, but that's the reality. Whoever said that, I realize you're being nice too, but I feel like wait, what? What? You can't go to a food bank because you're not Christian? I'm sorry if this is my ignorance, but like what? Sometimes they have free food at the front desk in my building, but honestly, sometimes they don't want to give it to me. What? That's absolutely wild if you can't get food from a food bank because you're not a fucking Christian. Honestly, I would just lie about that shit. I'd be like, "Praise Jesus, give me the food." And then I walk away and be like, "Fuck Jesus." Sorry for anyone who's Christian in my audience. That was probably rude, but Red Fire Blue Ice, hello. Thanks, Leah. Unfortunately, I'm kind of used to it and you had no way to know. Yeah, I know, but it just still makes me feel bad. Especially on YouTube. I think watching live streams on YouTube is still kind of new for a lot of us. Well, yeah, but like a lot of us have had our YouTube accounts for a long time. And so like my YouTube account wasn't my dead name or anything, but it was definitely a username that I wouldn't want to use anymore. Uh my mother dead named me recently. Ooh, that my mom is also really bad about that shit, honestly. She's just like really inconsistent. She doesn't mean to do it or anything, but it's just part of the thing. Hey, Fred. Fred's being a little boy. He's being a sleepy boy. He's been napping for like a good hour or so. Just hanging out. Just napping like a good little boy. Like a good boy. Isn't that right, Fred? Are you a good boy? Yes, you are. Oh, look how sleepy he is. He's like, oh, big yawn. Aw. His eyes do this really funny thing when he yawns, and like I honestly, it's just like it's so cute, but it's also creepy, and it's like I love you, Fred. Aw, look at his little face. Aw, oh, big yawn, big yawn. Oh, cute boy, cute boy, cute boy, cute boy. I actually made this account just so I would have appropriate usernames for YouTube chats. Fair enough. Gonna go get some water, do it. I drink tea on an empty stomach a lot. It makes me want to throw up. Like it honestly hurts my stomach so bad that it makes me want to throw up. You will regret it over a long period of time. I recommend not drinking tea with an empty stomach. I like a Granny Smith with almond butter for breakfast. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Look up if there is a food not bombs service near you. They are a nationwide anarchist group feeding those in need, usually vegan food. I volunteer sometimes in the Portland one. Oh, that's a good little tip. Jokes on YouTube, banana is my birth name. uh, Fediverse helps with some of the having everything in one place. Hold on. Stuff since you have to theoretically be able to move your data to you should be able to move your data to other platforms. Oh, okay. You don't have to be Christian to go to a food bank. That's a lie. I'm not Christian. They always help me. I am MTF as well. Well, see, that's the thing is like I've volunteered at food banks and no one was checking that someone was Christian, Like I don't know if maybe that's a regional thing or something, but like when I volunteered at a food bank, that was not something that mattered. We just fed people. So I'm sorry if that Christians won't help trans people. Matrix is easy to use with you as okay, I'm gonna catch up on chat again here. I'm sorry. You can change your username on YouTube. Yes, you can, by the way. That is a thing. They violently attack you if you are too unchristian at the food bank, which is obviously operated out of a church that the ancestors would actually are. Oh, I mean, yeah, I would try my best to keep my head down, but I understand that like sometimes they just like treat you like shit because they get a feel about your some. It's always fair to lie about your religion to get food, but goddamn, anyone testing your religion before giving charity is sure putting on a bad show for their faith. Yeah, that's true. And like I can understand how maybe if you show up to a church and you just look a little certain way, maybe they like get weird about it. That's really unfortunate. Problem is they can spot it when you're especially or spot it when you're not, especially if you're queer. So then they want to prove it by signing up and attending sermons, and they want you to sign a release. Oh, they can come get you and make you go to church. Oh my God, Matoko, I'm so sorry. That is such an abuse of charity. Like, what the fuck? Like, they should be providing you with help like, it shouldn't matter if you go to a sermon or not. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's so fucked up. He's a chill beast and not a destructive beast today. Yeah, he's a little sleepy. His tummy's been messed up, so I think he's just tired. I think he's finally starting to feel a little bit of relief, and so he's just a sleepy boy. I think hiding everything in chat platforms like Discord and the social media sites was a big mistake. The forums and when we all had our own sites is much better for searchability. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that old internet was better than the social media that we have now. It was more organic. It was more real, more useful too. In general, it's the general normal, usual practice in this entire area. That's fucking horrific. That's so horrific. I don't have the courage to tell my family my new name. Kind of pissed. No one asked when I transitioned, but they don't know. I'm sorry, Alice. I didn't really understand. Like, your family didn't notice you were transitioning. I feel like honestly, sometimes you just gotta like say something because like maybe they do notice, but like they don't want to say anything about it because you haven't said anything about it. Like, I think that happens a lot. Like, you're growing tits and like everyone can see it, but no one wants to say anything about it because you haven't said anything about it. I've heard about that happening a lot. People still think they can learn progressivism as a church. Jeez. Matoko, again, I'm really sorry about that. That's really fucked up. I try to make new accounts on everything every few years. I agree, Allison. It's so awful when someone doesn't have I drink coffee. That's why I just drink coffee. Ooh, woo, woo, woo. I don't. Coffee makes my stomach hurt even worse, honestly. Like coffee like fucks me up. Fucks me up. Shader Theory, thank you so much for the follow. You're home. I don't know what you mean by that. Exhausted Axolotl, hello. I was actually thinking about you last night because I was playing Minecraft and I was catching axolotls and I meant to screenshot them and send them to you, but I forgot. Sorry, I'm just in. Briefly summed up what happened with the Iran war. Oh God. Briefly summed up, we fucked up and we are going to pay for it. That is the sum of the up. It honestly, I think that just to get back to the politics of it all, I'm pretty sure that Iran is going to do everything they can to make this maximally damaging to the United States and Israel so that we don't ever try anything like this again. Like let me be clear, nuclear weapons are a deterrent for like invading. Like, if you're a modern country, you basically need a nuclear weapon to be able to avoid getting invaded by another country, and even then, it's not necessarily for sure. And so like the issue of deterrence is a big issue in the modern world. Like, there's a lot of people, a lot of countries who are, really want to deter the superpowers from fucking with them. And like, honestly, I think Iran, their plan A was probably to develop some kind of nuclear protection so they could just say like, hey, don't do something or we'll nuke you, which is kind of a good deterrent because, no one wants to end no one wants to, but genuinely, I think that like their plan B is what they're doing right now. Like they are going to use the Strait of Hormuz to choke the global supply chain, to force America to its knees and essentially say, "Hey, if you fuck with us, we will make your life at all costs, any cost, absolutely miserable." And yeah. I never want to say they're not being real Christians, but because frankly, I don't think anyone has the right to define what real Christian means for some people, but they sure are shitty people. Yeah, I would go as far as to say that if you deny food to a hungry person, you're not a Christian. I would say that fundamentally, like, helping the hungry is one of the basic fundamental premises of, like, what someone might consider a quote unquote good Christian. So like I definitely think that like you're not really a Christian if you're just gonna turn your nose up at someone who doesn't want to go to a sermon to get like some bread. I think it just goes region by region. Yeah, it does. It does. And probably those people with positive experiences were not in the same area. And if some are okay, but some will do that, then I really don't want to risk it. No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. It's really unfortunate that you're going through that. Uh, hold on. Does this apply to the herbal teas? Does this apply to herbal teas? Because in like 12 years of drinking morning tea. No, specifically tea leaves are really hard on your stomach. Like specifically tea leaves are pretty intense for your digestive system. So herbal teas are probably okay. Like if you're drinking like some kind of floral tea or something, as long as it doesn't have actual tea leaves in it, it's probably okay. If it has decaf tea in it, then it's probably still pretty hard on your stomach. Oh, I am Starla's friend. I forgot her actual name. She likes carrots. My name is Soul Midnight. Oh, Soul Midnight. Hello. Hello. I've seen you in the Discord. I've seen you there before. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Oh, look at the sweaty boy. Coffee does not replace calories. That's true. Went to an Italian restaurant with live jazz band for my anniversary, and it made me think of you as well. I bet you would really like this place. Got some amazing risotto though. Oh, that sounds delicious, honestly. Ooh, yummy. And congratulations on your anniversary. I hope that your little date went well. That's so nice. Sounds like a nice little date. I love that for you. Uh Sorry, I'm trying to catch up on chat again. I'm graduating soon and all wait. I'm graduating soon and all my I'm pretty sure their invitations have my real name and not my dead name, and many of the people they'll go to don't know I'm trans yet. So that might be a little confusing for people, but I really hope that they connect the dots. We have completed the fuck around phase, and now we will find out. Yes, yeah. Hegseth loves to do the fuck around and find out thing. We have fucked around, and now we are about to find the fuck out. And we replaced Kamine with Kamine. Yeah, I don't know how to say his actual last name. Kamine. I don't know how to actually say his last name. But yeah. That's funny. I just re-downloaded Minecraft to try and play some again. Oh, that's funny. I'm drunk. I transitioned and told everyone, but had not picked a name when I announced it. So now I'm Alice, but I am too shy to say so. The trans announcement. Oh, sucked. Oh. If you use a nuclear weapon, everyone will hate you though. Well, no, of course, it's a deterrent. Like it's not like to actually use. Like of course we're not going to actually use like no one's going to use nukes. But like the point is that it's a deterrent. You say like honestly that's one of the weirdest things about nuclear weapons is that like no one wants to use them, so they're a really good deterrent because like basically as long as you have them and the other people have them, it kind of creates like a stalemate where no one wants to use them because it'll cause the end of both countries. You know, it's like it's a mutually self-destructive thing. Um like it'll basically cause a chain reaction that could end the world. If Iran had a nuke, they would have used it. Hence, it means that they don't have it, but now they have a reason to obtain one. Well, you know what? Like honestly, I think if like I don't think they have a nuke, but even if they did have a nuke, I don't think that they would have used it. I think they would have threatened to use it. I think they would have been like, "Hey, my fingers over, the Ayatollah or whatever would have been like, my fingers over the red button, my fingers over the red button." I know it's more the IRGC who would do this kind of thing, but like I'm just saying that like, like I do think that like it would have been an effective deterrent. You're a YouTube streamer, I'm a Twitch streamer. I do both. I do both, Like the scary thing with Iran is America assassinated the leaders that were anti-nuclear proliferation. Now the people remain. Yeah, I know. We really screwed the pooch. I think Christianity has a lot of fundamental premises, and not all of them are good. So I'd rather sidestep using Christianity as a rubric for morality. Uh, I'm not. I'm not a Christian. I don't. Whatever. But like, I agree that we shouldn't use Christianity as a bedrock for morality. Also, if they are far along with nuclear weapons and America is now invaded, it could be bad if they retaliate with nukes we don't know about. I don't think they have nukes. Like I don't know. Night meds kicking in. Good night, Polly. Okay, that makes sense. I usually do peppermint, lemon, and occasionally rooibos. I drink organic coffee, anti-hunger, overheating, and frozen herbs surviving these. I wanted to say that. Right administration will figure out the way to blame the left. History always rhymes this way. Yeah, that's true, unfortunately. They are having a continuous surprise Pikachu. Either that, or I imagine they also know what they are doing. I'm really concerned about the nuclear weapon stuff, because what if someone with the nukes actually does want to end the world? Well, that is kind of the issue. The thing about nuclear weapons is that like I don't think there's a single country where it all just comes down to one person. Like maybe North Korea or whatever. But like I'm pretty sure in most countries where they have those kinds of weapons, it's like it's not like the president can't just hit a button and send a nuke. They can cause a chain reaction which would start the launching of a nuke, but like yeah. It's nice I got to catch one of your live streams, but I might go quiet as it's 4:38 a.m. here. I have to work at 9, so if I go quiet, good night. Nice talking with you. Oh, Allison, have a good night. I hope you sleep well and rest well. And honestly, I am late on my estradiol injection, so I am gonna have to hop off of here in just a second. Oh my god, I forgot about the earlier stream, and I'm not gonna lie. I was like, oh, I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. That's like normal. I've been streaming for like 4 hours. Oh shit. The only thing I have eaten today is a slice of bread with some peanut butter and honey on it. I need to probably go eat soon. I guarantee you the second I get off the stream, I'm gonna be like, oh my god, I'm so hungry. Also, I did not record a video, and so I have a strong feeling that I'm going to have to record a video on Wednesday to release this week. So you all can look forward to a new video recording on Wednesday. Freddie, what are you doing, buddy? You're making weird. Your body is doing all these weird things. Israel does have nuclear weapons, yeah. Oh my gosh, chat, y'all are just bang your shot on the stream. I don't like actually I don't even think I don't think I'm allowed to do that. Like I think that's against YouTube regulations. Like I think if I did my injection on stream, it would cause some kind of issue. Also, I have to like take my pants off to do my injection. So it's not really gonna work anyway. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and probably do that. Thank you everybody for the stream tonight. It was lovely, amazing, wonderful, and stupendous. Everyone had contributed a lot to the conversation. I apologize for the little arguments and the little bickering that I did. I guess I'm just really hungry and low on estrogen and kind of bitchy. Like I'm not in a good mental place right now just because I'm so hungry and so like I don't know what everyone else feels, but like when I get to the end of my cycle right before I do my injection, that is like peak bitchiness, feeling like shit for my week. And then the second that I do my shot, I'm like, actually, everything is fine and I'm cozy. So I'm gonna go do that. I have electrolysis tomorrow. I am so excited for electrolysis tomorrow. I'm so excited. Um, but yeah, I love you all and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of things. Yet again, Linktree is pinned in both chats. So if you want to follow my social medias, I post what I'm passionate about in terms of art is flow art. If you've never heard of flow arts, I recommend that you look at my Instagram because I share a lot of stuff about flow arts on my Instagram and you might find it interesting. It's definitely some cute, cool stuff. Like I said before, I have a Discord. You can join that in the link as well. And I may end up swapping to a different platform eventually, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. It's a wonderful Discord. There's a lot of friendly people in there, and I really do think that it's good to have community during a time like this. So I will see you all in the Discord or wherever. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I had one of those hungry burps where I'm like really hungry. You know when you're hungry and you burp and it just feels bad. It feels like your stomach is like voiding itself or whatever. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're okay. You're okay, Matoko, and no hard feelings. And again, I really, really hope that you're able to figure things out for yourself. Um, I was being dead serious about me. Like, I will send you 20. If you message me on Discord, I will send you $20 for you to get some food. I dead serious about that. Anyway. Like I said, love you all, appreciate you all. And Freddie loves you all as well. He's such a good boy. He loves everybody so very much. And remember to drink some water. And I will be back on Wednesday with another stream. So I will see you all then. Peace out.
Can you muster a war cry?
It's my resistance to them. It's a God's transmission. It's a human under attack.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.